I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you did. Sorry about that. Probably jumped the gun on you here. Open the meeting at 6:34. Is there anyone videotaping or recording the meeting? LakeCAM is here. Okay. Hi, how are you? Good. You are?
Jay. So we're just sitting in listening to the meeting. I was actually coming to hear Hugh when he shows up. I am also interested in possibly doing what Hugh was here to talk to you about. So that's why I was sitting in on the meeting here.
Okay.
You know Michael Noguera?
No.
Okay.
Mike Noguera?
Mike Noguera. Yeah, I ran into him over there yesterday. He said he has been on for 15 years.
Yeah, he's been on for a long time. For free time.
I'm from Rhode Island, so I just saw that it closed 2 years ago and was interested.
Okay.
So that's why I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, and you are?
Liza Petruzzo. I was just curious because I saw the house is on the docket and wanted to see what was going on with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think we'll wait for Mr. McKinnon, seeing how he was the one that wanted to speak.
Yeah.
We'll wait till he gets here. Be reviewing the minutes.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was reading the minutes.
That's okay. That's all right. Do we have any bills to approve?
We do,
Okay.
however, I'm not finding my
Okay.
pack of bills.
All right.
This isn't in here, is it?
No.
You finished the first one?
Yes, I did it February 4th.
You're at February 4th?
Yep, I already gave her my corrections.
All right. Do you have more corrections?
Make a motion that we accept the minutes from February 4th, 2019 as corrected.
Second?
Any further discussion? None heard. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. February 4th, 2019 has been accepted. Next one would be Thursday, March 28th, 2019. Are you set with those? You
Yeah.
guys weren't here?
Check.
Yeah, I put the last page to look at.
Yes.
If you had a chance to look at it.
Yeah, I already talked to her about it.
Okay. What corrections did you have?
I just, on page 3, where it just says, Commissioner Nolan met with Old Colony. I asked him to put in Old Colony Regional Vocational High School.
Yep.
So we have a reference of which Old Colony.
Yep.
That was all I found. You related to Mike?
Yep.
Here's a daughter? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I just ran into your mother last week. She was frantic. The dog got out, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she ran off. I don't know what she caught.
Yeah.
No, she caught a scent of something.
Oh, I see, and then ran off of that.
Yeah, usually she keeps clear of, we live right across from the Tonga Reservoir.
Oh, yeah.
And she's been avoiding that place like the plague since the hunters keep going in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's no fun.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept, did you make changes, Mike? The 28th?
I'm all set, yeah.
On the March 28th?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Make a motion to accept the meeting minutes as changed. Second.
Any further discussion? Unheard. All those in favor?
Aye.
Accepted Thursday, March 28th. Monday, June 24th, 2019. Mike, Jesse, Joe, and Justin were here. I was not. So I can't say anything to those.
Maybe no changes to those ones.
I didn't have any
No
changes.
changes? No changes?
I'm halfway through.
Okay.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes from Monday, June 24th, 2019 as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? None heard. All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
I'm gonna run to the office and grab the bills because we have a nice stack. I don't wanna.
Okay.
So I'll be right back. Continue.
Okay. All right.
Hugh had said he works late, he might not be able to get here for like till about 7.
Or that Nellie?
Yes,
That's now, yes.
Yeah, she told me that off.
Okay, yeah.
that's Nellie.
Okay, sorry, I don't really know a lot.
I'm sorry, Mike Nolan.
Mike Owen,
Scott Holmes.
Justin Bradley.
Jesse Medford. Joe Johnson.
I know your face was.
Oh, boy.
That's not trouble.
We had all kids at the same ages, you know, you know your mom, Molly, and dad.
Yeah,
You,
that's half the reason why I'm here, is like we all kind of went to the haunted house,
yeah,
having that kind of disappear from the town would be, well, sad in general, but understand how hard it is to run it.
well, yeah, we'll get into the whole
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
The Hugh, who was he? Was he?
He was one of the folks that,
Before?
yeah, that, from what I understand, he was kind of like a security guy. Oh, I thought you knew him, okay.
No.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I know you gotta wait, but I know there's a bunch of people that are interested. So,
well, that's, you know, that's great. We got a whole docket on it, so.
yeah.
If you've been over there, you've seen that we've been cleaning up all the old stuff that's just rotted there. It was left in 2018, it's been sitting there rotten. So, and then 2 weeks ago, when we had that windstorm, we had
What came down?
a tree go right through the roof. Been sitting there all the time with no problem.
Right.
I'm finally dealing with it, and so that's boarded up. And anyway, I don't want to jump the gun here.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna jump ahead here on the agenda. And I'm gonna go to the parking lot bids.
Okay.
Under old business.
Yes. This is a list of the contractors that we're going to send them out to. I don't have that much, we can pass it around. These are all local guys. They all are aware that it has to be prevailing wage unless you're a sole proprietor or an owner-operator. Only one of them has indicated that they're going to quote it as with a prevailing wage. Obviously, I think the going rate goes from 20. What do they pay the guy? $20 an hour to like $72 an hour they have to pay him. So it makes a huge difference in the quote. So anyway, but 3 of these other guys say that they are sole proprietors, and we have used Norris before. He did a good job on the field. So. We're gonna, I think, and I'd like to, okay this with you. We're gonna send the bids right out the same way they were the first time, with the Zenith Consulting plans, and just change the date on it and change the wording that says will not include fencing, paving, or line painting. Because there was some confusion about that. I think the actual how's that? the plan show a fence, like a that's going up. That would like put us out of the price range of what we have.
Yeah, we know that's
So
very,
we can always
very
do that
expensive.
later.
So what is this? Is this over here by the
For both of them.
So both
Two projects.
Two separate bids are going out, Joe. Okay. One is.
Is that in here?
So this is one bid, there's 2 different bids.
So just give me an idea which parking lot was on. Tell me about.
Parking lots, the karate studio parking lot,
Yeah.
that's one bid, and the second bid is the soccer parking lot.
We have to keep them separate because there are 2 different revenue streams paying for it. We're paying for the karate studio one out of our money we put aside for it, and the town is paying for the soccer parking lot because of the police, the police department and all that.
Yeah.
But talking to everybody, it seems like we can just send it out straight out the way it is. At least a couple of these guys said that they can do it, which is better because this is the actual 100-year plan with 100-year drains and stuff. And not that we would pave soccer parking lot, but the karate parking lot would be ready for paving.
Nice.
Yeah,
And the deal with that one is it's pretty much gotta get paved the way the drainage is gonna be done with that there's gonna be a drain put in the middle and drain to the side. So if we don't pave it, I think what's gonna happen in time is it's gonna ruin what's been done. Whereas the soccer parking lot, it's gonna be more, the culvert along the edge and then a regrade of the parking lot. So it's not that there's gonna be drainage or pipes or anything in the middle of the parking lot for people to be running over. It's just gonna be graded and, you know, if in time it gets skewed a little, then we have to do some more grading. But that's kind of the deal with the difference in the two.
yeah. Pitch it away from the fields towards the police station with a ditch.
What's the, obviously it has to go through a very fun procurement process, but is there an optimal time to do it, or does it not matter?
Yeah. Now,
No.
yeah, and it's actually,
Are we running up against the use of that lot
Yes.
quite a bit?
Yes, both of them.
Can you do it that fast? Can you do it in?
Well,
yeah,
this particular guy's ready to go now.
Okay, good.
yeah. He would, you know, most of them would like to get it done in March because it's the season we've had, everything's still, they start all their big jobs in April.
Yeah.
So they would like to knock it
So we do
out.
the March, huh?
Right.
Yeah, both of these jobs are really like a 2 to 3 day job. They're not a
Okay.
huge, not
Awesome.
huge jobs.
That's great.
So if everything goes, I'm meeting with Maureen and, well, I'm meeting, anybody else who wants to come, tomorrow at 3 o'clock at Maureen's office to go over
Nice.
the procurement process and get the bids ready and go out. We're gonna give them a 1-week period to respond and then stipulate that it has to be done by the end of the month.
Yep.
Okay, and that's where we're at with that. Looking good on that, actually.
Good job.
Yep.
Been to bed, what, 5 years?
It's been a long
Wow.
time.
It's so, oh my God.
Yeah.
Right.
But- So this is the one particular contractor we've got in, he's bid on both jobs.
Yep.
Mike's got some verbals from others, so he's gotta get something in writing.
One of the other guys that was verbal did say to me they wouldn't be able to get to it till like June and July. And I told him, well, that's not gonna work, but go ahead and did it anyway.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
I asked about what you said where it had already gone out on bid. Do we have to?
Yep.
And Maureen said it's over 90 days it expires.
Okay. Oh, good, all right, well, that was the
Yeah.
question.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
okay. I'm gonna continue on right now. SEM Loon Pond Lodge updates.
All right, I got a few.
Okay, let's go for it.
Clean Right contract. Clean Right is the people that come in after all of the events, right?
Mhm.
They're not the ones that do the deep clean?
They
did
did the
this year.
last time.
Okay.
They were the low bid.
They were lower bid.
Yeah.
Looking at the minutes from last year, this time, this is when we had it done last year. Thinking we should talk about having a bid it again, right?
Did we
We want to do that at least once a year, don't we?
Wasn't there a change?
It was to the
Clean
clean.
Right was the change. from-
Yeah, yeah, they weren't the company that was doing it.
Got it.
Well, do we want to do it twice a year? I mean, because that would be the case.
Oh, did they did it in the fall?
They did it in the fall.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, that's all right.
It was in the March minutes, so I thought it was done in the March.
Oh, well, maybe it was. Maybe Nellie can search over there.
Okay.
I thought it seemed like it was fall. It could have been a year ago.
Maybe we
Sorry.
contracted in,
Yeah.
We did it. Oh, no, no. Was that it? No, sorry. I'll keep looking.
Okay. You can keep looking while we continue on. I know the town hall wants to see the contract. We didn't have a contract with them. I'm not sure if SEM did. They didn't. It was more a week-to-week basis.
Correct. We hire them after an event as needed.
So we'll have to,
so they're not under contract there.
they're not under contract.
Okay. And the problem with town hall is what, they think they can get a better deal, or?
That seemed to be the indication. I tried to explain that Mr. Fuller went through the process of trying to get someone to come in here, do the job, do a good job at a fair price, and he went through multiple people, and other people just didn't even show up. So it was not an easy process for him to finally get someone. But they're still looking for a contract, so we'll have to explain what's been done.
They understand that it's not costing the town anything, right? We pass the cost along to the renters.
Tried to explain that. I don't know how it was received.
But it is a direct pass-through.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
We did all carpets in June 4th,
June 4th.
was all carpets cleaned.
Okay.
Right before the gone in March.
Right, we
Yeah.
did it after the busy, after the April, May. We did it after the April, May.
Yeah.
But yeah, we probably started it now, and by the time we got the 2 bids, or 3 bids, it was probably May, and by the time we got it done, it was June. We got a request here from SEM to hold a chamber meeting on the 14th.
Yeah, she asked me. I didn't, they've done it 2 other years. It's good for business. I think it's good for business. We don't have anything that day, right?
Was
No, we
it
didn't.
April or March 14th?
March, I believe. Like next week.
March 14th, on a Saturday.
No, that's not.
Well, it's like an after-hours thing, isn't it? Like a
Yeah,
Friday
Yeah,
night?
usually it is.
It's on a Saturday. It's on.
So maybe it's April.
Yeah.
April's on a Tuesday. Maybe it's April 14th.
Okay.
Yeah, because it is usually an after-hours
Wait a
event.
minute. Wait a minute. Let me look at the thing.
You make a motion on that, or is it just?
Hang on.
March 14th is a Saturday.
A Saturday, and we have an event that Saturday.
Well, they know that.
They wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't try to do it that day. Yeah, I mean,
April 14th. Sorry.
Okay.
April 14th.
Yeah, that's a
The
Tuesday.
last 2 years, you said, right?
we have done it, they have done it previous, at least 1 year, I know, 2 years, I think.
I think it's
She said
2
the
years.
third. This would be the third
I
year.
think the first
Yeah.
year, I was here with,
Me, right?
and,
It was
Mary Beth.
Mary Beth.
Yeah, she asked me, and I said I had to run it by the,
Yeah.
you guys.
yeah,
And she says, no hurry, I can wait. This will be the third year if it's approved.
And there's no cost,
Perfect.
no,
like to us or anything to have them here.
no, there's no cost to us. And it's a way to get people in the building, and they get a couple of the chamber members to bring some food, and they'll probably have the bar open, I guess, I'm not sure.
They do, they donate the bar for the
Yep.
evening, and they actually get food donated by a caterer to
Yep.
also
Yeah, one of the
sell
local
the
caterers
caterer,
that's on the
basically.
chamber. So it's a good thing. I don't have any objection, I don't know if anybody else does. Now's a good time to speak. If not, we can get a motion.
I make a motion, we allow SEM to host the Chamber of Commerce meeting on April 14th at no charge.
Do we have a second? Any further discussion? None heard, all those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, so moved. Okay, any other updates you got there?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Malone? Okay.
Okay, let's see. I was just talking to Justin briefly about the security system. And the request from Lillian and LakeCAM about getting into the building. And my question is, if we start using the security system the way we should, can't we give them a security code, and that way we'll know whoever comes in? And I think, honestly, on a side, we've had like somebody come in here, we've talked about this the last couple of meetings, somebody coming in, leaving stuff on, nobody knows who it is. I think we should really initiate that security system so we know who's coming in, and you know, playing with thermostats and doing that thing with the toilet, and
Yep.
So I guess I know that we want to keep any keys and stuff close to the vest, but I'm thinking, rather than going through this rigmarole every time we have an election here, if we give them their own code, then we'll know they're here.
It's 2 layers, right? So let's say you did give a key out, just say you gave a key out.
Yep.
Then you give a code to, especially for something like an election, which is a short period of time, set up, walk, whatever they have to do. And then, obviously, they give the key back, but they couldn't get a copy or anything, right? So you change the code, so you'll know when someone's in, it doesn't have a code, but as a key. See what I'm saying?
Well, the alarm will go off, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And that's why we opted to not hand out keys, because someone could make a key and then still give it back and still have a key, and that was a problem.
Right, so the
There were people-
Well, everybody had keys. That was a
There
big.
were people in here with,
Everybody.
yeah.
Right, but if it's something like,
But people are using, I thought people were using the door codes too. I don't ever use a key. I always use my door
I
code.
use the door code.
yeah,
Door
either
code.
one.
If you give them a door code,
Okay.
Right, which can be
it's like a
changed.
vendor's door code.
Yeah.
Remember, right, it's just changing something, right? But what's nice about this is that people don't necessarily know it's here because it hasn't been used, and Nellie's the one that, let's say, changes it. So she can change, let's say we have a vendor in and does whatever and just change the code.
Same with the
They
door.
can still potentially get in.
It's the same way we're doing with the door.
Exactly.
We're using a vendor code, a
Exactly,
board code, and SEM code
right.
right now.
Just with this one, we can log everything.
You can log it and you can have like 10, 15 different,
Right. Well, I just thought that would be an extra layer of security if we didn't want to just give them a door code.
yeah, exactly.
You know, we need to institute it.
Okay. Well, we got another election coming up, and we're going to have the same situation as the last time. You know.
Well, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
The memo is there if you want to review it now.
It shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
It's in with
It's very
layers.
simple. It should just be, I mean, even if the code is changed, they still should be given it in plenty of time. There's no reason that they shouldn't have it in
Okay.
plenty of time.
Do you know how to set the door codes? Mm-hmm. Okay. And actually, Jose was asking me the same thing about, because I guess he ran into trouble with your meeting, getting here early enough to set up, and I don't know. I know
Because I get here a half hour prior and he wanted a little more time than that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think Lillian, where she's the town clerk,
She's a town employee.
is definite in
Yes,
my
absolutely.
mind, but
Absolutely.
I don't, you know,
I think someone needs to be here if they're not if they're not an employee.
okay. Is LakeCAM part of the town now? They're not, they're a contractor, right?
They're separate.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so, should I make a motion to do that for Lillian, or do you want to just,
That's fine.
all right, I make a motion, we set up a door code and a security code for the clerk's office so that they'll have it. We won't have to do this key thing anymore.
Second.
Any further discussion? None heard, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
All right. Speaking about the clerk, she was also asking me about the shed situation over there. And I know that you had been working on it, so I wasn't quite up to speed. But she said that she has more stuff, they're ordering more stuff that they need. I think the bigger, yeah, all right. I'll get some more detail on that and see what exactly they're looking for. Why did we want them out of the building? I can't remember. We gonna use that for something?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it would be nice to use that as for like meeting room so that they're not in the other half.
Oh, put the table.
Conference
There is a
table.
table, there is a table, there's a conference table there with chairs already.
It's just all
we need
piled
to
up.
clean up the
Yeah.
stuff that's in there and
Yeah, it's getting a bit of a mess in
All
there.
right, well, that makes sense. I wanted to say to her as well, if you're gonna do that and build a shed out here and leave it out there, you really need to alarm it. That's expensive equipment and
Yep,
because,
yep.
Am I right?
I would. You know,
Anyway, all right, well, we'll get more details on that.
Yep.
I guess she's working with Nate on it or something.
Yep, that's where, you know, that's where it last was with Nate. Like I said, if he could put it off till after the new budget, it'd be better for him,
Okay,
so.
all right. She was just asking me about it when she was asking about the other thing. All right, outside lights around the building are all done. They replaced one and fixed the rest.
Thank you, Mike.
No, you're welcome. They replaced 2 light sensors and 1 light. I haven't seen the bill yet, but it was very late.
Good.
And we're waiting for a quote from him on the parking lot lights.
Right.
Just so you guys know, we're talking about flipping those parking lot lights back on. Somewhere along the line, that wherever they had dug it to the pole, got dug up or something. Because it was disconnected at the box in the back of the breakers, and there was no continuity from there to the pole. So he thinks when they put, there's a communications box right there next to the regular Middleborough Gas and Electric pole, which is right next to our pole. And he thinks when they dug that in there, they probably severed our line for that.
And didn't say anything. That's what happened.
One of the many mysteries that we come across.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's gonna look into going overhead to all 3 of them and give us a price on that. Okay? He's also working on lights for the fields and the volleyball. Is there horseshoe lights out that need to be taken
Yes.
care of?
It's
There are?
horseshoe lights.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he can do all the lights except for the baseball lights. He'll have to rent something for that. Yeah, his machine doesn't go up that high. But any lights over here and stuff, he has the little tow behind thing. Okay? Come on down.
Come in. No, it's locked, but it's not shut.
All right,
It's not locked. I pushed it.
I mean, it's locked, but not tight.
No, I did
Oh, you
it.
did? I'm sorry, go ahead.
it's okay. Drainage bids we talked about. We're gonna get back to Lakeville Haunted House, or is that part of the Ted Williams Camp thing here?
We'll go back to that. I believe, Mr. McKinnon?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Then we'll just sign in on that form right there, you guys.
Let's just finish with the lodge updates. and
Okay,
then we'll go back.
lodges, and that was all I had for lodge.
Okay. Well, I haven't had to fix any toilets, so that's a good thing.
Everything's working.
Yeah, so far, so good.
Oh, for the lodge, you guys do have a copy of the most recent payment. I added that in. Yep, right there. It was January's 2 payments, so you can review it at your leisure.
Fiddly pennies.
This
Fiddly
payment,
pennies.
Yes.
payments to us, right?
Yep.
I remember that.
3?
Just 2, because we get payment twice.
We get payment twice a month, so we got one each one. Millie, do we have the contracts with the bar service on file, or is that the
We
town
have
hall?
old ones, because once the
most
SEM
recent one.
contract, once the SEM contract came in, that was kind of rolled into it.
Okay. Well, it's not what I was told the other night, so.
Yeah, no, in speaking with Nikki, because I do believe Tracy was looking for them, we spoke about that, and I don't have an updated one since
Well,
last time. Once SEM took over, that got
That's true.
kind of filed into it.
It's not what I was told the other night. I was chastised because we didn't have a contract with the
Same
bar
group.
service.
It's the same group.
I know it is. But anyhow, I was just wondering what you had on file. The
Yeah.
last one they had was the 2017,
Yeah.
which is signed by the selectmen, not the Parks
That makes
Commission.
sense, right? 17, 18?
Right, because the new one was signed November of 17.
Was it?
The SEM contract was
Okay.
November of 17, because it expires November of 2020.
20, yeah, okay. Yeah, so that was what I had too.
That's what I thought, but, okay. What's the rest, are you done?
I'm done with the lodge, yeah.
Okay, then we'll come back to Tiddling's Camp. We're gonna go back up and talk to Mr. McKinnon. You're here.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm Mike. I'm the guy you talked to on the phone.
Okay, yeah, nice to meet you. How you doing?
Good. Good.
All right, this is Scotty Beecham.
How are you?
Thank you, sir.
So, at the end of the last time that we heard about the haunted house, when, everybody was saying, they didn't think they were gonna do it no more, this, that, and whatever. Me and him wanted to take it over, thinking about doing it, and when we were talking to the other committee about it, it was a yes, no, we don't know, we don't think we'd be able to do it. Basically trying to make it sound like it was gonna be impossible for anybody to redo it, whatever. And the last time I talked to them, they told me that they had a date where to clean everything down and back. And I said, okay, well, when is it? And they said, oh, we'll get back to you and let you know. I've been there for 12 years, so I didn't want to see it die to start with. And no one ever got back to me, never returned phone calls, no nothing. So we were left in the dark. And
Yeah, we were too.
everybody else was like, they're coming to me, a lot of the people that are down there, a lot of my friends and everything, and everybody's, well, what's going on, what's going on? I'm like, I can't give you answers.
It's too bad you didn't contact us.
Yeah. They,
We didn't know, they said, oh, somebody's possibly interested, and we said, well, they need to come talk to us. And we told them that multiple times before anybody jumped into anything, that they needed to come talk to us and understand what they have to do.
Oh, see, that no one ever told us any of that.
They were told, the prior regime were told that multiple times. And they just kept dragging their feet, and finally, after a year of nothing being done and everything being left out and it becoming an eyesore and a danger, and kids were hanging around down there, climbing on the roof, which is unsafe, we had to do something. So we sent them a 30-day letter, and I think it was like with 2 days to go, they asked for an extension. We gave them an extension of a month. And again, right at the last minute, they asked for another extension, and we said, there'll be no more extensions. So we've started to clean it up. It's costing us money, lots of money.
Yep, which is understandable, and like I said, we were gonna put a group together. I mean, I actually work for a dumpster company. I talked to my boss. I work for All State Waste out of Bridgewater.
Yeah.
And I talked to my boss, and because I talked to the gentleman at the karate studio.
Right, John's been helping us out, yeah.
And he said, if you guys can, you guys want to help, you guys want to do whatever you can, just go from there. And all right, well, I asked my boss, and, I says, is there any way I might be able to grab a 30-yard dumpster for a little bit? And, she was like, yeah, you can do what you gotta do, whatever. And I talked to this gentleman, and I figured I was just gonna put everything on hold till I talked to all y'all. I didn't want to get it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
well, there's a lot going on, yeah.
So I think there's mutual benefit in this conversation for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we really, like I said, I was there for 12 years. I literally did everything and anything you could think of. From the Mickey Mouse security guards that they made us to make sure nobody's destroying stuff when they're walking through and all that, to building it, tearing it down, you name it. And like I said, I tried to get in touch with everybody. Nobody ever got back in touch with me.
Yeah, well, they didn't get in touch with us either.
So
Yeah, that
that's
was
what
a
I
problem.
figured when I talked to the gentleman over there at the karate studio. He was like, we haven't heard from nothing.
No, we've asked multiple times to get keys so that we could, without having to break the lock, they had a nice lock on there.
If we had to cut the lock off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I went down there.
finally.
I went down there one day. The day I talked to, I'm sorry, Mike, I believe his name is the karate studio guy.
John Miranda.
John, I'm sorry. Yeah, I went down and just on a whim, I'm like, I want to go see what the hell's going on down here.
Yeah.
I come down and I pull up. I'm going, what the hell? Everything's gone, and I walk up back, and I'm like, I'm really upset. I'm like, what's going on here, They said, no, never told us.
Hugh, let me give you a little idea of what's been going on from our end. We've been trying to contact people since October of 2018. about if somebody was gonna take it over and whatever. And finally, this year,
It was over a year.
yeah, I mean, the building inspector's been over there and stuff, it was deemed dangerous, and fire hazard, and if you looked at that, all the wood, you had a ton of fencing materials in there. It was all just rotted. It's all rotted wood, and all the plastic and all the, because they just left it out there. Now, I would, so we had to move forward and do something and say, regardless, if somebody does come back in here and do it again, they're gonna have to start from fresh because we can't have, this the hazard out here. And the town and the fire chief is gonna have to, it's gonna have to be up to code. There were a lot of, concessions made because the place had been there for so many years and it was doing such a nice thing for the town. And, everybody loves it. But if we do go back on it and do it, it's gonna have to be overseen by us and it's gonna have to be the code.
Now, let me ask you a couple of questions if you don't mind, I'll be very short. Because when I was talking, I know it probably wasn't the best person, Brett.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, what's gonna go on here? And, I says, because he I heard a lot. And like I said, being on there for 12 years, I've heard a lot of things. And I was like, between me and him, we know up to 1 million people that, we could come down here, we could redo the roof, we could rebuild the floors, do whatever to get the building, and get everything to where it should be. They turned around and looked at us and told us, no, we can't do that.
Why?
I said, well, why not? They said, because we were told that if anything gets done on the building, it has to be from somebody in the town. Like a construction company from the town. The roofing company has to come from the town. I was like, wait, what? I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, because I did construction myself for 21 years.
Well, we can do things with volunteer help. However, we're still trying to determine what we're going to do with that building. Whether it's going to, continue like that, or if we're going to use it for something else, or if it has to come down. It may have to come down. We don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I ran into a guy yesterday over there who was also, like, his name is Mike Noguera.
Yes.
Okay.
Mike is a really good guy. He did a lot on,
Yeah. And he was the same as you. You know Mike? No.
No, I just was gonna interject, but.
Go ahead, interrupt. Go ahead.
All right, so let me give you a little bit of my background. I've been doing this for 20 years. I travel around the country as a consultant. I've been in large events where they're doing 30,000 people for the month, down to volunteer type situations. The building, and I apologize, I've never been to this location when they were running, but as you said, everybody loves it. The staff has been here forever. The building that you're referring to, does it have sprinkler systems?
No.
Is it up to code at all?
No, that's why it had to go from inside to outside.
Right.
Because it wasn't
Originally, they
sprinkled.
ran right through the building, right?
what's that?
Originally, you guys went through the
Yes,
building as
it
part
used to
of
go
that.
through the building.
Right.
That was before my time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then the station fire came along and it changed codes and it
Yeah,
changed a
yeah.
whole lot of stuff.
Yes.
Right.
So that.
So now the building is used for nothing, right?
Storage.
It's storage and a lot of the props and things like that. That's
all that stuff. And that was another thing that I wanted to ask. I wanted to find out about. What's going to happen with all that stuff?
Well, that's,
Before we get to it though, did you have another point on that?
Well, I'm here to find out information. I
Okay.
apologize to cut you off.
okay, yeah, let's finish to see where let me tell you where we're at and everything. And then
Yeah.
You guys can decide what you want to do. So Mike Noguera was in yesterday, said many of the same things as you did.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff in there, whatever. And I told him, I said, we had to start cleaning up. We've already invested over $2,000 in just in containers.
Yeah.
Okay, we've had over $2,000 donated to us in labor, And we still have an electric bill here that they stuck us with when they left.
So they refuse to pay.
So there are things that need to be reconciled before we move on. Last week, they had that hayride there. The only thing there that was salvageable, well, Glenn came down and took it. And sold it.
Really?
Yeah.
Should have paid the electric bill.
They could have paid the electric bill for it, or he could have paid for something else. So that didn't sit very well.
It's okay.
Sorry.
We need to find, if somebody's gonna do this, see, at this point, we're on our own.
Yeah.
We have to clean it up, we have to do what's best for the town, what's safe for the town, and what's safe for the park. If we're gonna get into any further discussion, we need to, figure out who's gonna pay for what, and who's gonna, now you are an outside person, okay, and you do this as a
So as
job?
I said, I consult, yes, during the season I consult. I also work with a buddy of mine from Seekonk Speedway, he has a haunted house there.
Yeah.
But I am looking now to start my own. And it just so happened that this was closing, so that's why I'm here.
Okay.
So
So maybe something could be worked out together, isn't it?
possibly, yes, yeah, that's why I was here too, to meet who he was and so on.
Well, Mike is also said that he'd want to be involved in bringing it back.
Oh, I'll tell you what, right off the bat, no joke, probably, maybe half, 3/4 of the people that were there before, working, the volunteers, everybody, like I said, wants to know why. Everybody wants it back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Here's the why. Because they didn't want to run it anymore. That's what we were told.
It became too expensive.
They were tired of doing it. That's what they told us. They were just, and the comment was, and I correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, I heard it multiple times, no one wants to take it over. Of the group that was there. This was the comments that were given to us.
The other thing they
Multiple
were telling us was that you guys didn't want us there anymore. That was their big push to get us to shut down, was you guys didn't want us
times.
there.
That was one person's opinion.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
That was your
who said
opinion?
that.
yeah.
No.
Just so you guys know, it's our biggest moneymaker of our whole year, and we don't get any funds from the town, so we actually really need it.
I can tell you what I was told is that the town was taking too much money, and that's why they couldn't operate in a financial, in the black.
I heard a lot of things.
The other thing that changed was there was a handshake agreement for, I don't know, millions of years. And then a couple of years ago, we created an agreement that was in
That's
writing.
because they
that
didn't
said X, Y,
pay
Z.
us.
So
They
that's
couldn't
what
give
ended
us
up
any
happening
money.
was,
Yeah.
when it was time to pay, it was like, well, we can only do X. It's like, there's an agreement in place, so.
So we changed it to just basically a rental agreement where they were paying $1,000 a month for that whole area. And I'm not the most brilliant person in the world, but I know at $20 a pop, and when you have that many people going through there on a weekend, I figured they brought in well over $100,000. So if they can't pay us 12 for rent, it wasn't us. It was.
That's what we're asking
Sat down
for.
and did the math. A ticket was $15 a ticket, and we were running, 2 days a week? It was $120,000 in 1 month.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess the point is, it's probably money.
And our fee was $12,000
Yep.
And see, like I said.
for storage for the whole year
Yeah.
and the running it on the weekend. on the month.
Back in the day too.
That's why I'm here, to find out this kind of information, because that's really cheap.
Back in the day too.
It's too cheap.
That's really cheap.
But the caveat too was that once the town started to look into the building, there was obviously an additional cost of getting it up to code, and that cost was being passed on to the old group, and they couldn't do the math. They didn't see the financial gain of that, and I think that was a factor as well.
See, because we got lots of people. I mean, my father's a retired master electrician. He worked out of local 103 for 30 years. You know, when I was telling him about this stuff, and he said, well, if you ever need any help, just let me know. You know, he's got a bunch of...
I got a family-owned business, I mean, there's nothing we can't do. And we told them this, and You know, I told him straight out, my grandfather told me straight out, you need the help, I'll send the whole crew and they will do anything you wanna do. You
So-
wanna build a new building, we'll build a new building.
Yeah, so just, but before we get into the details, it's definitely always helpful, people, can volunteer. The way the town works in general, really any town in the United States, is there's a procurement process, so it depends on the size of the job. If it's a big enough job, you have to go kind of put it to bid. So there's just kind of a process we have to follow, but it doesn't mean we can't figure it out case by case, right? It's almost like, kind of look at it in pieces, but that's kind of a.
Yeah, like when I asked them about, hey, what are we gonna do about fixing this roof? Why can't we fix it? No, the town told us, we can't do anything to the building. If we're gonna have something done to the building, it has to be from a company from the town. And I was like, why is that? And which made absolutely no sense to me.
It's not true, because they did electrical upgrades that didn't come through the town electrician. So, and then they tried to pass the bill on to us, and we had told them that wasn't gonna happen. So they said, well, we can only pay this amount, and it can't work that way. Unfortunately, there were upgrades that had to be made per the building inspector.
Yep.
And we had made a decision that we were not gonna be putting lots of money into a building that at some time in the near future could come down.
Yes.
It's not a prudent investment. But if someone's gonna invest in it and continue to invest in it and keep it going, then that's a different story, But it was tough for us to sit there and say, well, we're just gonna, throw money at it.
Yeah.
And
We ran into issues too where we were asked, well, all these folks quarried. So we had to, actually, you guys had to do the whole quarry forms the last few years.
Yeah.
Those are the type of things that we have to deal with the town. I mean, it's not 20 years ago. It's.
it's not our choice either,
It's
but
not our
there's
choice.
certain things,
What's a quarry? Background check.
it's a quarry form in Massachusetts.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, before anybody, we have to sit down with the fire chief, the building inspector, to make sure that everybody understands what's gonna have to be done to make it safe. There's gonna be costs, upfront costs.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we're at. And, we were told no one wanted to take it over. We're done. It sat there for over a year. We tried to get them back here to clean it up, and they couldn't do
I
it.
would have known this stuff because, like I
understand.
said, we could have come down here and, like I said, I'd still go down there to help. I mean,
Well, that's
And
fine.
I think-
Great.
I think too, part of the challenge, and you might be able to speak to this, was, and this is just what they told us, is I think it was either, there's a nonprofit that they had.
Yep.
So they would clear their books every year.
Which
So
they
let's say it's all of a sudden, it's like, okay, we need to spend 10 grand to fix the roof or whatever, no matter who does it. They had no money because they cleared their books every year. So there's gotta be some sort of way around doing that.
Well, even that, I offered to donate the entire roof.
Well, Jay might know more about
I said, my company would cover the entire cost, tear it down, get rid of the old shingles, put all new up with it, I would cover the entire cost, they told me I could not do it.
See, that's
And I think.
not true.
So I apologize, I hear a lot about this building, and again, I know nothing about it, but from my standpoint, if I were to come in, I wouldn't want the building, take the building down. I'm gonna get some storage units, put them out there, they're gonna be metal storage units, I don't need the building, take the big building down. So, for that being said, when somebody coming in like myself that doesn't even want the building, that becomes a non-issue. So, how do you guys handle that? Because then the cost is gonna be on you, because I don't even want it. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
we have talked about other uses for the building, but let me ask you a question. Now, are you a for-profit?
Yes,
You're a for-profit, okay.
Yes.
And the Lakeville Haunted House has always been a non-profit.
it has.
Hmm?
Yes.
A lot of, in the past, not so much recently, but although, we used to always get donations for the soccer club, the baseball kids, football kids.
Police department,
they had-
fire department.
Yeah, they had
So.
high school scholarships. I mean, they took all the money that they made and they gave it out.
Exactly.
But I don't know what's happened in the last few years.
The last few years, that hasn't happened.
We haven't been able to figure that out either.
Yeah.
A lot of us have been asking, and we're asking, we know who to ask, and we know who to talk to, and we're just told, we didn't make enough last year. We didn't make enough.
Well, I mean, look.
And it was like, I looked at the guy one time, and I looked at him and said, can you do me a favor? He goes, what? I said, can you tell me how the hell we didn't make enough when we had over 1,000 people,
Yes.
4 nights out of the 6
Right.
at
Yeah.
$15 a whack or $20 a whack or whatever the hell it was? How the hell did we not have any money? Well, we had to pay the Parks Department $2,500. We had to pay the Police Department $2,500 for detail. We had to pay the Fire Department $2,500 a night for the detail. We had to pay the Parks Department for this. We had to pay the Parks Department for that.
150.
We,
You don't cover the insurance, correct? Liability insurance is covered
Their own,
by the person,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you're talking probably $5,000, $6,000 because the event was so long that if there was any kind of injury whatsoever, the insurance is high. So you got roughly $5,000 in insurance. So that's another cost.
You did have
You have
details.
advertising,
You had details.
you had details.
Yeah, you had
So, I mean,
porta
it's not
potties.
all-
They were out
you
of
sit
cost,
back
but
and
it
say,
wasn't.
oh, there's 35,000 people coming through the door, they must be making a boatload. But when you really bring down the numbers, they probably weren't making, I'm sure they were, don't get me wrong, I'm sure they were making money, but,
yeah, but
not,
it's,
you know.
but see, that's the thing that they, like I said, when we tried to talk to them about it, plain and simple, they just basically told us, hey, pound time, you guys do what you do, we do what we do.
Yeah.
And that's the end. And we were, well,
A lot of people in town would like to see it come back. So I think if you have some sort of proposal that you're thinking, you
Well,
can put together.
I'm here to get information, and again, I don't mean to step in on his
Yeah.
meeting.
No.
But that's why I can't.
If you have something that you'd like to propose, and you guys have something you'd like to propose, and if you want to work with Mike, I don't know, whatever, he was interested, he was one of your guys.
yep.
So,
Like I said, we still got, if not 3/4 of the people down there that volunteered, that have been volunteering.
Yeah. Or you guys might be able to do something in conjunction with each other, I don't know. But that's where we stand, right now, it's a mess that we've had to clean up.
Yeah, it needs a new set of eyes, that because of the,
Sure.
the legacy stuff, it's just the dollars probably don't
Yeah,
add
it
up.
just needs to be wiped out. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
In answer to your question, though, I am for profit,
yes,
but with a nonprofit focus. So in other words, if there's parking people that need to come out there, I would get a local soccer team to come out, and I would give them some of the profits. They would go out there and do the parking, and it works in conjunction. If they wanted to come out and do face painting, then they make all the money on the face painting, I'm taking the money from the actual attraction. That's how it would work.
okay, well, that's similar to what the Tri-Fest does. But we would still have to have our donation, and I know the town has been looking for a deeper donation from the Tri-Fest than they've been giving, so
Tri-Fest is a triathlon.
it's a huge,
That's
it's a
right here.
huge event.
Huge event. It's a
Huge
whole
event.
weekend event that's right here.
So, I mean, the other half too is, what I have been looking for is actually a partnership. So I don't know if the town or the Parks Department controls the $1,200 or the $12,000 for the year, but I wouldn't mind some sort of partnership where it's a per head amount either, which would then.
We did
A
that.
larger-
We did that for many years. We did that for many years,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, they weren't making any money. So we got nothing. We had one year that we didn't get anything, you know?
Well,
So,
how I would personally work it is, and again, we would have to discuss it, but it would be a ticket. So a Parks Department person would have a ticket, I would have a ticket, that way both of us have a ticket, we know exactly how many people came and how much I have to give.
Do you use like electronic ticketing, like Eventbrite or anything like that?
No, because the customer, when they get on property, would have a physical ticket. So when they get to the door, they get ripped, the Parks Department gets one, I get one, that way everybody has equal, we both have 22 tickets, this is how much money you get.
well, that's something that's fine details, but yeah.
Um,
I mean, we can, You got a built-in workforce that want to do it, right?
Yeah.
You guys want to do it.
You have no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
So what I can say to him though is, because I know this business very well, is that you're looking at probably $10,000 to $20,000 in stock cost. So if you have that, then you can probably move forward. If you don't, you better go check it out, really investigate what it's gonna take to open this.
That's why I'm here to find out.
Well,
this
yeah,
stuff.
what they should have done is they should have rolled at least that much money into their coffers so that they had it for this year.
They
But
normally
I'm pretty
did.
sure they just,
That's what they did each year.
Did that, and
And they would
years ago,
go
they put it-
keep money to buy whatever they needed for the next year. But in the last year, they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So
Because they knew they were,
yeah.
yeah.
here's another
And then the rest of
Point.
the shaft.
that I have to make, okay? It's probably the best scenario that it didn't run last year. Because Triple E hit us and hit us hard.
All right.
And we would have had to shut you down. We can't have people standing outside at night when we're telling the kids they can't play soccer and they can't play baseball after 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, whatever time it is.
Yep.
And that would have been devastating
Yes.
if you had spent all those hours, time, money to get it up and running, and then it was July 1st. It was the first week in July. We had to shut down.
The
Before
time would be
Christmas.
lost, but the money would be recouped in the insurance.
Well, if they were insured for that, for loss. If they weren't, then they wouldn't have got
And
anything.
they wouldn't have got anything.
They wouldn't have got anything.
They wouldn't have been insured for that.
I don't think they would have been.
And that's a huge thing that you're bringing up, because if I were to come in and you were to shut that down,
Right, and I'm just saying this, that it's something you need to think about,
Yeah.
because it's a cyclical thing. It usually goes more than 1 year.
I can tell you, yeah, and this year's gonna be bad because it's warm. What I can tell you is that my buddy in Seacon, he has the same problem, and he runs still. So, I don't know how.
He does what? He runs it?
He runs, yeah, he's outdoors, he's in the woods, he's this, that.
So
If it's a private
This is a
event,
town
this is a
event.
town
It
event.
got shut down by the
I
town.
see, okay.
And so
yeah,
we
that's
get
true.
dictated through the state to the local board of health, and then when we get the word, we don't have a choice.
And then check with your insurance company, see if it covers Triple E shutdowns.
Yeah. I would
I've
understand.
honestly, I don't think so, but I've honestly never had to, like, we run. Any place that I've ever worked, it's run.
Right, and if it's a private event, you can
You're
do
giving a lot
that.
of money,
Right.
No,
but
I
you
know
don't
that,
run.
I know that, but that's what I'm saying.
I had
Because-
event insurance before where I got paid a good chunk of money just because it rained.
It rained, yes. And there is that out there, but it's very expensive, so,
True.
But if you're depending on the income,
Yeah,
You know-
so we're thinking it's gonna happen again this year.
oh, I'm quite positive. it's gonna-
when is the question? You know, is it gonna be, I mean, you know, it's all, pretty much always happened. I think there's been more years in the last 10 that it has happened than it hasn't. But it's usually a short period of time. It's usually a couple of weeks and we get a frost and everything goes away.
Right.
Yeah.
But this
So
year is
my
really.
question though is, isn't spraying done around here for that too?
It is.
So is that
Constantly.
something that could be, let's say, built in? I mean, the spraying, you would still have to close even if it was sprayed?
We spray all the time, like any
Yeah.
other town. What ends up happening is, especially this year, there was somebody in Freetown and someone in
Right.
Taunton.
Yep, both ends of this town that died.
So they just
Yes.
said,
So-
no, we're not taking a chance.
Wow,
That
okay.
was-
So it's kind
And
of
they
an
don't
executive
spray
decision.
into the woods.
No, and they don't spray
they
near
drive
any
through
water.
Yeah, they
spray
do.
it
Yeah,
right
they
there.
do.
Okay, okay.
So that
Because
back
we had-
there,
we
we
did
get-
barely spraying over.
Yeah, the
We
air is
actually
spraying
paid extra
together,
this year.
but they go through.
Mosquito ranger come in, they did walk it.
Yeah, right.
They didn't go all the way into the woods, but
Right, they
they
didn't go
walked.
to
They
like that
walked around
building
that.
and stuff, yeah.
Plymouth County Mosquito Control just drives through and
Yes, sir.
shoots it off the back
Yeah,
of
we
the
did
truck.
extra spraying and they still shut us down.
But this year we did pay extra to have,
It
the
does.
town paid extra to have
It does,
people
yeah.
get up, you know, be boots on the ground and all through.
Yeah, yeah.
But even that, you're shut down. Nothing after dusk.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's huge.
It is huge.
I mean, that's almost making me say, bye-bye.
It would have been a travesty if we had to shut down after months of work,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, that and depending on when you shut down, if you shut down the Saturday before Halloween, that's half the profit right there, you know?
But let's say it was August that they started shutting down.
It was
July.
early.
July?
It was
July,
early.
when we started shutting down.
Last half of summer.
And it didn't go, it went until, I don't know, late.
Wait till the end of the,
Like,
yeah.
Probably mid-October, which is.
I think it was the whole thing.
We didn't.
We didn't get a killing frost until November, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I mean, it would've blown the whole deal.
The ban was lifted in November.
Yeah.
Yeah, see.
So, you know, and then it wasn't even up to us. We had to wait until they said, because we had a couple of frosts and we went, hey, and they went, no, not good enough. So,
Wow, okay.
you know, that is a
Negative.
big negative.
Huge.
you
Yeah.
know. But I wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Again, that's why I'm here, is to investigate how this works and,
Yep.
you know, what it takes to
There's
do it.
definitely an opportunity though, like the town wants it, it's a moneymaker for both sides.
Yeah.
It was our biggest
And-
moneymaker.
And from what I saw on Facebook, the outcrying of people are just, you know, crazy. So you know that it's good, but that right there is, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It may be nothing this year, maybe 3 years.
Who knows?
Right, right.
So
For myself though, I'm looking at an $80,000 investment.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
to be shut down.
It would have been, it would have been devastating.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so as far as the stuff, just to change gears, you guys, when I say you guys, the original Lakeville Haunted House people have a lot of stuff in the building. At this point, it's got to go to legal, and they got to figure out who owns it.
Yeah.
You know, because there is no Lakeville Haunted House right now.
Yep.
So they told me we can't let anything go until they figure out who they're gonna. You know, if you came back and you said we have this whole group and this is what we're gonna do, we're gonna work with you guys, and then we could probably do something, you know, to hand it over to you.
We gotta recoup some costs too.
Yeah, after we recouped our losses. But there's a lot of money in there. You know, there's a lot of, it's all ready to go. I mean, you could have a lot haunted out.
I rebuilt what, 90%
With all the-
of blocks, I started,
Yeah.
rebuilt everything.
Yeah.
We were doing everything down there.
But my question is it to code?
No. Well,
The buildings, no.
The stuff inside.
No, but the outside stuff has to be somewhat
Right,
code too.
right.
Massachusetts code's a little different, but
Right.
there is code in place for
Right.
outdoor attraction.
just for one example, Hugh, you have inside the building. There's a grocery cart
Yep.
full of cords, electrical cords, extension cords.
Yes.
They're not code.
Courts.
You wouldn't be able to use them.
Yeah.
And I know that's where you ran into all your different things, right?
Yeah.
The lights
Yeah,
and
your lights and your,
sound and.
yeah. So, I mean,
And I'll tell you that the fire department is moving towards a low voltage. So all of those
Yeah.
electrical cords would go,
Great.
and low voltage would have to come in. It's
well, if you were gonna redo it, that would be the way to go anyway.
What's that?
If you were gonna redo it, that would be the way to go anyway, because you're you're talking about 7 or 10 watts versus
Right.
100 watt
And you
bulb.
can pretty much lick on
Yeah,
low voltage.
it's all safe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Not that I want to.
You didn't know, you don't want to,
Safe for the
but
kids.
that's why the fire.
I know, no, I know, no, I know. And you know what, the building inspector and the fire department are gonna be the first two big hurdles. You know, I mean, there was some electric work done out there, there's poles out there where there is electric that
all have to
they've,
be inspected.
but all that's gotta be, you know, and even Nate said, I'm not sure about, using the building as storage. And people were in there, I mean, the characters were in there. And again, it wasn't sprinkled. So that's a big question as to if the building can even be used for this.
Well, I guess the other question, and that brings me to the topic, would be, if you guys are behind it, would the then fire department and building department kind of agree or go along if it was up to code?
If it's up to code, I don't see there being a problem. But if it's not up to code, just because we're partners, it's not gonna fly.
Okay.
You know, I think they've pretty much made that statement. It's gonna have to be the right deal.
what I've learned after many years of doing this is there's code, and then in other towns, there's code.
Yeah, you know, and I don't know what code we have, so I can't tell you.
Yeah.
As an example, what ended up happening like 3 years ago was they set everything up and there was a bunch of problems. And then I think the fire department walked through and there was a bunch of changes. So they kind of worked with them on it because it was like 2 days before it opened or something, right?
Sure,
Remember that?
sure.
Exactly,
So,
2.5
I mean,
days.
they obviously they wanted to be safe and to code, but I don't know
Right.
what they did. They worked with them on it. So.
Okay.
And we wanted that weeks before that. We wanted it a
Right.
month in advance, but not everything is set up. You know, I mean, there was a multitude of reasons why it ended up being 2 or 3 days before.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't really our call.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, you know, almost too last minute, but, you know, it kept getting put off.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I know, and like we've said right along, you know, things are different from what they were, you know, when it first started.
20 years ago.
Yeah, and all the people in town hall are all different now, right? So maybe there was a handshake agreement 25 years ago. Now it's like, no, I have a job and, you know, I have direct procurement and I have an inspection. It is what it is. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dealt, like I said, dealt with it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at, and, you know, we got no feedback for over a year. We asked them to come start cleaning it up, and we got a nothing. We gave them an extension, we got a nothing. So, you know, we've started on our own, and we're over $2,000 into it now.
Yeah.
And that's not counting the labor, that's just counting the dumpsters. Because we couldn't, you know, no one was coming to us, we couldn't leave it like that. It was, number one, it was becoming an eyesore, and number two, it was becoming a danger. Because the kids were going down there. I was walking with my dog, and all of a sudden I see 3 kids disappear as they're up on the roof. Where they went, I don't know. If they went inside or down in some space, but they're crawling across the roof, and I know the roof's not in good shape, and I'm down there yelling for
Training it
them.
now, right?
You know, I'm yelling for them to get them out of there. I'm like, you guys can't be in here, you know? So I'm sorry I'm being a drag, but it's for your own safety.
Yeah.
So-
Stuff going around with Lake Hospital, they gotta explore other places now.
Oh, yeah, no, you're not kidding there. I did that. But, yeah, so, you know, that's kind of where we are. We've started to take it and clean it up. Because, again, you know, it was over a year and no one seemed interested. We kept hearing out here that someone was interested, and we told them, I told them, Mike told them, you know, Justin did. If anybody's interested, they gotta come to us. Because we've gotta explain to them the hurdles you're gonna have to jump first. Before even talking to them to move forward with taking over from them or whatever.
That's completely understandable. Like I said, if we would have known about that, we would have done that a long time ago.
And they told us that we had to get a committee though, like our own committee together, and then we had to present it to you guys, and you guys had to agree on whether or not, you know, you liked who was in that, or you didn't, and then it was just, they kept adding to it and adding to it and adding to it, and just, you know, giving us the runaround. So we started doing everything they wanted us to do, and they just keep stretching it, and you know.
That's too bad you didn't come to us.
Yeah.
Nobody would give us.
But now you guys have
I was
information.
told you needed 7-member committee to run this event, and I was like, what?
No. But you guys,
That's why I didn't come sooner.
You know,
Where does stuff come from, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, that's why I'm here, to find out information.
That's what the whole committee said, that we had to come up with our committee, they had to agree with it, make sure that it was okay with them, and then we had to bring it to you guys. And it was just like,
why should they have to say it's okay?
Yeah.
They're out.
because they were gonna hand everything.
I know, but they're out. They're out. So
That's what we're, that's
you could
why-
come with 7 of their enemies and it's
so
not.
regardless, I think you guys have all the, just to move things along here, so you guys have all the info, right? I mean, obviously there's a lot of more details you might, yeah.
Alright, so, but, and that's gonna be my next question, is what's the next step? So what do you want from us?
I would say that there's been a lot of stuff that's been cleared up, which is great. And we definitely, I think everyone wants something like this, if it makes sense for both parties. So I'm just speaking for myself, but maybe like if you guys come with some sort of proposal, you can do it together or separately, it doesn't matter. But something that you said, hey, here's what we're thinking about, there's gonna be a million details on our side about what's possible.
Or
Using the building, not using the building.
Or even, well, going back to that statement right there, is to maybe get a date when we could have the fire and the building inspector.
But you said you wouldn't even use the building though.
Well, I mean, but there's,
That's part of it.
but there's still other things that he's gonna
Outdoors.
control, as far as the electric and what's gonna be done and what can't be done, what can be done. And
Sure.
the two of them, I
It
think.
starts with a proposal of like, here's what I want to do, and then we walk through it with whoever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just.
And having said all this, I think we all agree that we'd love to help you in any way we can. But,
Yeah, as you said earlier, it's a large moneymaker for the park, so.
yeah. Yeah, and it's like, you know what, it's a great thing for the town. We're the Parks Department, we want these types of things to go on.
And from my aspect, I'd like to go back to the partnership instead of I think it just makes more sense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, I
That's
mean,
fine.
you know, we're open for
You guys should
suggestions, you know, I mean,
trade information that, again, we gotta figure out what's gonna happen with all the stuff in there, who it's gonna be turned over to. Because,
So you can't do anything with that until the legal department goes, okay, it's these guys.
Hmm?
It's not- You guys can't do anything until the legal department figures out what the stuff inside.
because
right, well,
we gave them two
we like,
30-day
who does it
notices.
belong to?
At this point, it belongs to us, I think, at this point. We gave them two 30-day notices, and they're no longer, they're defunct.
It's like, you know,
All right, so let
You
me
know-
ask you this here now. Now, y'all said that, y'all are, ended up cleaning up to like, what y'all say, $2,000 so far or something like that?
But more than that, but yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
We have $2,000 in
And we probably got
dumpsters.
that much more to go in dumpsters.
Yeah, now, if I can talk to my boss and I can get a couple of cans down here, it's gonna be all, like, I can't do it on my work time because it's for me personally. So like, I have to come down on a Saturday where I don't work and drop them off and, you know, stuff like that. If I can get a couple of cans, or even if I can grab one.
It's paying to get them dumped is the,
Well, that's what they do, right? That's what you guys don't.
Yeah, the payment will come down on me because the cans for me. So it will be under the payments and everything will be, you know, on me. Won't have anything to do with anybody else.
Yeah, since he works for the company.
Essentially,
the
somebody
cost
donated
comes
dumpsters.
at
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
well,
less
it's-
than the standard.
You can do whatever you want. to.
Yeah.
That would be great, and I wouldn't have any problem with that, except we can't promise you anything. You know what I'm saying? You go put all that work in, and you gotta do the right, we still can't promise you until legal, you know, the legal department
you go
decides what
into
they're gonna do with
dumpster.
everything.
Whatever you put in the dumpster is yours, right? If we put it in a dumpster, if they donate the dumpsters and we throw it all out, he takes the dumpster, he can do whatever he wants with what's in it,
once it leaves here,
right?
Yeah.
it's,
Right.
at this point,
At that point.
it's good riddance. I mean, you know, it's
So it might be
you know,
worth-
broken,
I don't know what's in there.
rotted pieces
Yeah.
of fencing.
But we're not taking anything out of the building yet, though.
No, nothing.
The building is locked up, we have to keep it locked
So
up.
There's just garbage outside right now,
Right.
stuff you can't use.
Yeah, so that.
I mean,
that's
you
what
know,
I'm saying.
you'd have to go picking through the pieces of fence to find some decent ones, and not many of them.
No, I'm not, it wasn't
It'd
even.
be more work than what it'd be worth.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be more work trying to get what we can and this and that and whatever. I'm just.
Trying to help.
Yeah, no, it's appreciated.
Yeah,
Believe me.
excuse my language, I mean, I just wanna, because like I said, I've been here for 12 years and, you know, I would have been here from the get-go with this and trying to figure stuff out if somebody would have
Yeah.
let me know when we try to get,
Yeah.
you know, phone numbers from y'all. Oh, don't worry about it. You don't talk to them, you know, we gotta deal with it and then, you know, talk to them and then they'll talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got in touch, you got in touch with me this week.
Yeah.
How easy was it to set up a meeting?
Exactly.
And this is what it would have been a year ago. This is how hard it would have been a year ago.
Sorry.
But like I said, it was the runaround from the other committee that,
Yeah.
and it was always, oh, well, you know, this, it's this, it's this.
You had-
it's
you had-
this.
From my standpoint, you had some of the people on that board, and I don't know names, so I'm not gonna say names. I were very easy to work with,
And then the
and
other.
others just complained and said all we were doing was stealing from them and making them pay things. It was just, I didn't
know
want.
exactly who they
I didn't even-
are.
When I came through and saw the individual, I turned around and drove the other way because I didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
A lot of us didn't even want to have to deal
I
with
send it to
it.
her.
Yeah.
so Nellie is your contact.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you want to get something sooner than later, because we're going to continue.
It would definitely be sooner or later for me, once I get over the AAA bump.
Yeah, no, I know, it's a big nut to swallow.
Ask the town too, you can ask the town.
Do some research.
What?
Yep.
like the town will give you information as well.
Yep.
About what they do, when they call it.
Board of Health, you can always go to
Right,
Board of Health.
Board of Health.
Well, I mean,
Well, I mean, like I said earlier, the scary part is if you're gonna shut it down, then.
I mean, it wasn't up to us. It came down from the state, and because we're town property, it came to the local Board of Health, and, you know, we just, whatever they said, we,
It's unfortunate, yeah.
I'm very
It was to the
unfortunate.
point where
Yeah.
we had a meeting and we discussed it and we were gonna do it, and then they were putting it out
Yeah.
without asking us.
Yeah, we were-
Like, that'd be good to know.
Right, yeah. That's crazy.
I think it was just maybe running it earlier in the day before the,
It would have to be in the daytime, because,
Yeah, it'd have to be in the daytime, there's no way.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
customer doesn't wanna come in the middle of the day.
but if you have like an interior thing.
it's
Unless
something
you
more.
change it to a kitty.
Yeah, so if we were.
Unless you change it to a kitty type thing.
Yeah, something, yeah.
Go around and, you know, help get everything squared away and all that stuff, there really isn't gonna be no worries about that. So if I come down here with a couple of dumpsters, drop them,
Just-
start loading them and.
Just the outside stuff though, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can, obviously, you already said we can't touch nothing on the inside yet, so we wouldn't really attempt to try to do that because that would be stupid.
Just for you to know, the new fire law is that most of any kind of wood or anything can be sprayed with fire retardant. Fire retardant is like $400 a gallon. So, and you have to do it multiple times in the season. So that's the new code. So any wood out there, or anything that's outside, you might as well dump it, because it's all gone.
That's exactly where it's.
Well, we've got 15 dumpsters full of wood fencing so far.
Yeah,
And we probably got at least 2/3 of that to go.
yeah.
Well, I can come down.
A bonfire would be
I can get that.
Hey, we tried that. Fire chief said no way.
It's like, did he
Come on, 4th of July.
auctioning them off as part of the old, Lakeville haunted house.
Yeah.
Say again?
Like, you
Yeah.
take the slats, you cut them up, you burn them with like Lakeville haunted house circa, yada, 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 and auction them off or something.
Try to sell.
Yeah.
I don't know, you don't.
Oh, yeah, collector's items, huh? Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not a bad
I'm sure
idea.
you guys have more stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks for coming.
So-
All right, yeah.
Thanks for
All
coming.
right,
Stay in touch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it's possible to get a couple phone numbers. or-
Yeah.
So,
Nellie would be the
You got
contact
my
person.
number, right?
And you got Mike's number?
I did have it, I think it's in my truck still.
So just the way you guys know how we work is that we're obviously a board and we try to vote on anything together, but we don't get together that much. So to make it go fast.
Usually every 2
we're
weeks.
Liaison, so Mike is the liaison for all of this, including the haunted house. So he's like the go-to person, makes decisions, and then big decisions, we all figure it out together.
That's the office phone and my email.
Thank you.
If you guys want to send anything over.
All right,
Thank you so much.
thank you kindly.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sorry to jump in on the meeting.
Look, it is what it is, but.
It's an interesting topic. Everybody wants to come.
So when will we hear about legal? What's the, we have to initiate that? We wait for legal to tell us about?
I just talked to them about it today. I asked them, what are we supposed to do? And she said, you know, take a documentation of all the stuff we've done and we'll send it up to legal, and legal will try, what they're gonna do is, I think, is they're gonna try to contact those people first and say, hey,
Technically, it's their stuff, so.
it's your stuff, but you gotta pay these,
Yeah.
you know, these
It's
other.
like somebody moving out of their house.
I was gonna say that.
Right.
And we did give them notice. We did what they asked us to do, which was to give them a 30-day notice.
Right.
Then we gave them a 30-day extension.
Right.
Yeah.
And
But
that's
what the
all
lawyers are
documented,
gonna say is,
Yes.
you're gonna forfeit it if you don't.
If you
Right.
leave your
Yeah.
stuff in storage and don't pay your bill, you lose your stuff.
Right, exactly.
And we don't want to do that. You know, that's not what we're trying to do. I mean, you
I don't
know,
wanna lose all that stuff
there's
either.
good stuff in there.
Right.
There's a lot of good stuff.
I said the personal stuff that's down in there.
Oh, yeah.
I got tools in there.
Yeah, no,
We got tools, we got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like I said.
They got props in there, like pop, like thing that pops up and stuff.
All right, so we're all in agreement, there's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff out there, that's true.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Y'all have a good night now.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting stuff, huh?
Is it always this lively or is it?
Yeah.
No.
No, usually not.
There's a couple topics that are usually more elaborate.
Okay, we're gonna circle back here on the agenda to the maintenance employee, or however that's gonna be handled. However you wanna call it, that's, what we're calling it right now is the maintenance employee. Currently, we have 2 part-timers that work year-round. okay? And that's Linda and Bobby, and they can work a maximum of 18 hours a week, regardless of the season, regardless of the time, regardless.
18 hours each?
18 hours each per week. So that, and Bobby works sporadically throughout the week. During the season, he takes care of a lot of the trash, which accumulates, not so much now, but in the summertime, it accumulates fast. Linda primarily works here on the weekends. She works outside, she does work a little bit inside during the wintertime.
He's painting right now.
Doing a little painting, sprucing up. I mean, we have to spruce up this building every year. We're trying to sell it. We can't let it get behind. So that's one thing she does is she comes in, she's in here Friday mornings with one of the B&I groups. So what we've said is while you're here, paint, clean, wash, so that's what she does, but when the weather's good, she's outside, she's dragging the fields, planting flowers, whatever needs to be done, taking care of the bathrooms on the weekends. And again, Bobby might be here a little bit on the weekend, but he's here throughout the week. He works a full-time job and works a little bit here. Last year, with anticipation of us possibly getting our own employee full-time, we hired Joe for 30 hours a week. It was just a seasonal position. He didn't finish out the season. He hurt himself and was unable to finish the season. We had Mike, as you all know. He was a highway employee, but came under our purview, let's just call it April 1st to October 31st, give or take scenario. So it was approximately 2/3, 1/3. But if the highway needed him for a day, they took him. It was, but there again, there'd be times he'd be here in March. So, I'm not complaining. If the weather broke, he'd be here early, So it was a decent agreement, but Mike's retiring March 31st. So.
He will not be back.
He will not be back, and he's not coming back. There's no more Mike. So the last board were entertaining the idea of going out and hiring our own employee, so that we would have complete control over that employee. That's kind of running some stumbling blocks. As he would be our employee, he would not have access to equipment from the highway department that Mike had access to because he was a highway employee. So there's times he'd come down here with the loader, or he'd come down here with this or that. Sometimes the guys would come and help him, different things. So the question to us, and we will make a decision tonight, one way or the other, as to how we're going to proceed, because backs it to the wall here. It's going to start growing soon. And unfortunately, we've got put off here a couple of weeks with travel and sickness and different things. So I think the question to us now is, do we still want to stay with our own employee, or do we want to go to a situation where the highway comes in and takes care of the outside maintenance? They currently do that at John Pond, and they have for years. The question is here, obviously the particulars haven't been ironed out as to what exactly they're going to be responsible for and what are we going to be responsible for. I believe you talked to Franklin, and we're still going to retain our part-time employees?
Well, the way he felt, I spoke with Franklin the other day, and we're meeting. Part of that meeting tomorrow is we're going to try to hash this out. That type of a position would be advantageous to him because he would, of course, have the employee for the rest of the year. I was kind of against it to begin with. I thought we should have our own, but once I got into looking at all the different things that we have to do, we have a bunch of equipment in there that all needs service. some of it needs to be thrown out. We don't have a backhoe. We have a project over here with a well that needs to be dug up with a backhoe. If we're not going to have the access to the highway department stuff, it kind of puts us in a bind. And we really, and we're all full-time. We all have full-time jobs, so it's
I mean, we
tough
are a working board, but
yeah, it's tough. So I've kind of come around after having a conversation with Franklin. He's not looking to take over the Parks Commission. If he's going to do it, he wants to have control of what he's telling the guys to do on the outside. Which is not to say if we have projects and we need, like I said, the backhoe thing. He is indicating that he would work with us to do all that stuff. But, we could send the machines over to the highway barn to be serviced. We could probably not buy as much of this new equipment they were talking about because we could, we would be sharing equipment. I just try to make a little list here of the different things. Did you get a chance to do
I
this?
did. I had a good list going and I forgot it.
But I mean, just to get an idea, like the highway department would maintain the equipment. They would do all the mowing, trimming, etc. All the parks. Except there was a question about Clear Pond Park.
Yep.
Because we have those maintenance kids over there.
Yep.
So we'd have to figure out how that would work, huh?
They just mow it themselves?
Yep.
Yeah. But then, like the project in the parking lot that needs to be addressed. They can't do that. We need someone who has.
She's in there, that's gonna be taken care of too.
Right, and we've done that in the past. We've taken care of it. Whether we hired someone or some of the kids, cut things and did things.
They would do the weekday field maintenance, like stuff like dragging fields and stuff like that during the week. We would have to have our people do it on the weekend because they don't work on the weekends. The question on Clear Pond, they would continue to do all the maintenance at John Pond Park. What we would still be doing, we'd be still doing what we do, Loon Pond Lodge, Southeast Management, all the contracts for the teams and the use of the fields. Weekend field management, our part-timers would continue to do all the trash in the bathrooms. And we would still oversee all the operations at Clear Pond Park. This is not written in stone, this is some ideas that I had. If you guys have any more to add on to this, like I said, we're meeting with them at 3 o'clock tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I just, on top of that, I had a meeting with Franklin as well, just about John Pond.
Okay.
And same type thing. I mean, I gave him a list, him and Nate, and we'll get to that in a little bit, but of stuff that they'll say they'll do the outside stuff. We committed to that, not a problem.
Right.
We just gotta let them know what we're thinking. Not everything needs to be done the next day.
No, right,
Obviously,
right,
time frame.
right.
So if they have a visibility, I commit to them, I'll give them a list of stuff I see things that we might need, give them plenty of time, get some feedback. They seem willing to listen, so I was impressed with they're saying about John Pond list.
So I have a question. So the cost to us is the same no matter what, it's just.
No. This is what I was gonna get into.
Okay.
At this meeting that Scott and I were at with Franklin and Nate and Maureen and Rich LaCamera, he said, Rich Glamour said that they would pay for that position for the highway department. And which would leave us, we could still hire a hefty part-timer.
That's it.
What Franklin said would work great for him because he could have his guy working as a supervisor.
Right.
And the part-timer that we're paying for could be doing all the mowing and all that stuff. So
we pay less.
we'd pay less, yeah,
But part-time versus full-time.
yeah,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, but it would
yeah. So,
give us money to maybe hire a couple more part-timers
yeah.
to get more things done.
But that part-timer would also be overseen by him, which is fine.
Which is fine, because they're here.
So is the
We
only
have plenty
challenge
of
that we
our own.
voted on doing this differently, and we have to kind of assess again?
Say again.
What's the challenge? The only challenge is that, I'm only speaking for myself, it seems like a good, fair, two-way situation. The only challenge, it seems like, is we already voted on doing this differently.
Right.
We gotta reassess, basically.
Correct.
Okay,
Right.
makes sense.
Right.
We gotta reassess and either stay the way we had voted or change it and go with this new plan.
Got it.
But it's gonna be decided tonight.
Right.
We're not leaving here till it is.
I just learned a lot, you know, looking into and researching what was going to be involved in doing it, and we just don't have the, I don't feel, this is my opinion, we just don't have the resources to do it on our own.
Right.
And I was, you know, having the conversations with Franklin. At first, it didn't go well, but then as we got talking a little bit, it seems like it's a workable, in my opinion, it's a workable situation, and I would recommend for it myself.
Makes sense.
I'm just gonna interject here. Well, at that meeting, as you recall, and Nate recalls, and Franklin recalls, how it was gonna get paid, when I was at the budget meeting the other night, I was told we were paying for it. So that,
We can't afford to pay for a full-timer and a part-timer.
that's correct. That is absolutely correct. We're not gonna be able to have that position again for 30 hours a week.
I have a question. So if Franklin runs the highway department and he said he was gonna pay for it, who said that he shouldn't pay for it?
No one said he shouldn't pay for it. What I was told at the budget meeting was that we were paying for it.
Regardless of.
Well, that's the part that doesn't make any sense.
I'm just telling you what was told to me.
All right,
I'm sure it was on videotape, and you can see for yourself.
got it.
Did he have any indication as to how we were going to pay for it?
Through our budget.
Okay. Well, that was not the conversation that we had when we met with all those folks
So
and
what was
tried to work this out.
Which meeting was first? Was the meeting
There was a meeting like
A month ago.
yeah, it was really,
a month ago, and then there was a select meeting?
Then there was the budget meeting that I went to on Monday night.
Got it, okay, yeah.
well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
Yep.
So we vote for it one way today. The way we're voting is that if they're paying for it, is that how?
Well, I think regardless of who's gonna pay for it, we gotta make a decision that we're either gonna hire our own employee or we're gonna go with the highway department. Regardless of who's paying for it, that decision's gonna be made first.
Right, if it doesn't get paid for by the town, which was promised, then it wouldn't cost us any more than it cost us last year.
Right.
We just won't be able to, we
2/3.
won't be able to have that 30-hour person.
Right.
We might be able to get an 18-hour person, but we're not gonna be able to get a 30-hour person.
Right, right. So, you know, Franklin agreed, for everybody's best optimum usage of the people, he agreed that, you know, that would work the best because he would have oversight of that person and then we would still have like a 30-hour part-time.
That's a secondary discussion now.
Depending on the funding.
Right.
Yeah, but we need to.
We need to
make
move on
it-
that too.
We need to move, yeah. We need to move on what we're gonna do ASAP because,
Yep.
yeah, and we didn't wanna, you know, talk about this unless we had a full board, you know, on it too, so.
You guys have other questions?
No, I spoke to those guys already, and, you know, about some of the stuff here. I mean, I'm in favor of them having to employ themselves. Now, the paying part, I think you have to iron that out tomorrow, whatever they said. That aside, I think it's a good idea to let the highway department have the outside, let them run that, and employees report to them, and then we just do this out of, you know, like we were just talking about. I'd be in favor of that.
I agree with that.
I agree.
Okay. Someone want to make a
We need a
motion
motion.
And I just would add, I think maybe we need to identify someone from this board to be like a liaison with the highway department to make those communications, make sure things are still going
So
on.
it's one person that's putting in our requests for projects
Right.
rather than,
Part of the role.
Right.
rather than Justin doing it and then next day it's Jesse calling.
The five people here would funnel to that one person, whoever that is, and they'd be working with Franklin, whoever it is.
No,
I think we need a, you know.
I mean, what we did have is we had one person on the board who dealt with Mike. and that was our Mike.
Yeah.
You know, so we did try to do that. I mean, he wasn't dealing directly with the highway department, but he was, I mean, he did.
Yeah, and I
You
talked to
contact-
Franklin
He
all the
contacted
time.
Franklin, but he also was the one that contacted and talked with Mike and requested directly with Mike certain things. So we didn't have all of us, you know, I mean,
No, yeah.
you know, you can't have 5 different people giving direction. I'd walk away, you know? So I think regardless of how it gets funded, the consensus is to go with that route. We're gonna make a motion on that, and then we can continue this conversation right now as to whether or not, if it does get funded, then we can put out for an employee
Yep.
also. If not, we may only be able to put out for an employee for 18 hours.
Yep.
Now, we have the thing for the 30-hour position from last year, right? We just roll that over?
Yep.
Is this the Joe?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a Joe person. We don't know if it'll be Joe this year.
No, we don't know. I
But
mean,
it's that.
Joe may
it's
go for that. Joe could go for the full-time position. I mean,
Right.
you know, I think that's what he'd prefer, but whether or not that's gonna happen, that's another whole question.
That would be
You wanna
cool.
make a motion because you have all the details?
Huh?
Mike, you wanna make a motion because you have all the specific verbiage?
Sure. Oh, I want, okay.
Do you want to? Because.
Okay,
I
yeah,
would
sure.
make it-
All right, so I'll make a motion that regardless of how it gets funded, we agree to the highway department position that we will pay, if we have to, we will pay the same as last year. I don't even know how to explain that. Actually,
I would just say that we wanna go with that position.
okay, we want to go with that position regardless, and that's the direction we want to go. Yeah.
That's the plan we wanna take.
That's why I don't wanna do it.
Yeah. And then, well, we want to do that?
And then we'll do that after. So that's the first motion on the table.
Second.
Any further discussion?
No.
No further discussion, all those in favor?
Aye. Okay, so the second motion would be, depending on the funding of the first employee,
Correct.
we'd like to post the position for a part-timer, either 18 hours, if that's what we can afford, or the full 30 hours, which we had last year,
Yep.
depending on how this all falls out. Does that make sense?
Second?
Okay.
Give a second, any further discussion? No further discussion? All those in favor?
I don't know.
Aye.
No, go ahead.
When does it go out? Yeah? So
There is a 30-hour position currently from last year. They would just have to
okay, right.
redo it. I don't know if, because it was from last year, whether it has, because these all have to go in front of the selectmen. Any position has to be okayed by the selectmen. So I don't know if that one will have to be okayed by the selectmen because it was last year. If it isn't, we have to wait for a selectmen's meeting.
Got it.
Either way.
Okay.
But somebody's gonna have to help build a job description with Franklin,
Yep.
because Franklin's gonna want certain things, understandable. If they're gonna be working with his machinery, understandable that they need to be able to do certain things and have certain licenses, by all means. But that's just a caveat that was gonna have to be
Hopefully
done.
we can work, if this is agreeable to them, we can work this out tomorrow. Or some of it, at least get going and working it out.
Yep.
Say, he needs somebody too.
Right, he needs somebody too, so I mean, it's beneficial for everybody.
Okay, sorry, that was for further discussion.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Okay, so we have a plan.
Painful.
Huh?
That was painful.
That's painful.
Trying to put that
Okay,
together.
so let's see if we can move forward here at a pace.
At a
Um, Ted Williams Camp updates. Anybody have anything on Ted Williams Camp? I know we pretty much have rehashed and hashed them.
Lights, maintenance, electric bill, parking lot. That's Route 18, never mind. Nope, that's all I got.
The only update I have is the karate studio contract. It is completed, however, they're just waiting for John to come in and sign. And Tracy has been in contact with him to just
They
come in
raised
and
his
sign.
hand.
So,
Cool.
that's all it's needed.
I will say that when I talked to Lillian, she was appreciative that all the lights worked on the outside of the building. And everybody was happy that they could see when they left.
It's a very nice thing.
It was a rain.
And it wasn't raining.
And there was a puddle, there was a huge puddle there again.
Not while they were voting.
7:40 there was,
Oh,
when I was
really?
here,
In the morning?
at night.
Oh, at night?
When did it
Did it
start?
rain that night?
It rained, yeah, it started raining about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
She
it
didn't say
did.
anything to me about
Mine
that,
is-
so that's a
there's a
good
huge
thing.
puddle.
Not by then.
Yeah.
Huge puddle. So that's something we've got to address.
Yeah.
We've got to take care of it. Unfortunately, it was not done correctly when it was done, but that's water over the dam. Anything else? Okay, good. Sports season, any updates?
Yeah, 2-second update. So I have all of the info from Nelly and the sports season thing. We're good there. Little League's gonna get a schedule next week. I don't know, they're always late.
Yep.
But what I wanted to run by you guys before I put in all the work was, this is like a draft of what I think we can do for, so what this is, and I'll pass it around, is this is 2 months of field one. I just randomly field one. And filling in the teams. I didn't put in times because there really is not a lot of conflicts this year. Samurais aren't doing anything. You guys know that?
They're not?
Nope. Just Giants and,
Wait,
Right.
he asked us
That's it.
specifically for times.
yeah, he just did the math and said it was too much, and but he
Really?
said he's gonna come back in the fall, so.
Huh.
So, he's gonna say he felt kind of bad because he knows it would
Oh.
be good to do, but just kind of was cool about it, so I said, okay, no problem. So,
Sweat over it.
so anyway, so the Giants are pretty much the only AAU team, obviously the Little League teams, but getting all the teams in here, and then the only other addition is that you can put contact info in here, right? So you get the Giants, me, coaches, Linda's info. So this would be laminated, and then it's just available. Obviously, it's gonna change, but it's a starting point. So,
Yeah, no,
any feedback on that? It's pretty straightforward.
yeah, no.
You do something similar for John Paul, right?
Yeah. Oh, you do?
We're going to be, yeah, with a few like softball people, we're gonna do that,
This
yeah.
is just a template out of Word.
Yeah, we're gonna be posting, we're gonna post
I was
it
gonna say, you get a thing on the side of the building where you can
That's what it would
put
be.
it. Yep.
Yeah, all right, cool.
So I mean, we could put this, we've got that,
We've eliminated.
I got my sawzall all ready to go.
not only, I was gonna say, we can go get that, the thing from the town hall.
Okay.
We could put that out in the middle of the fields and
Yeah.
Yeah.
put this in there, and you can see all the fields, you can put all these in there.
Yeah,
That's just a thought.
Yeah.
That way if someone says, hey, I've got this field, no, you don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously once it's laminated, no, it's not perfect, but at least it'll keep things up.
Yep, we have the laminator.
Could you send me the electronic copies of them when
Yeah,
they're
well, the
finished?
problem is, yes, you probably do a better job than I do. It's a template of Word, so when I fill it out, it's all
Yeah.
good, just like this.
Yeah.
And then I save it, it's all good, and then you open it, it asks for the month. If you cancel it, you get your data. If you choose the month, it resets everything. So I've been fooling around with it. but-
We can't save it as a PDF.
I can.
Maybe.
So
but the
send it
problem
to
is
me.
the problem is it's basically one doc per month per field,
Yeah.
which is overly complicated.
Yeah,
Instead of-
well-
It would be nice if it was just like,
My idea is we should have a binder that sits in the office as
yeah,
well.
yeah, for sure.
Because while it can be on the field,
I
we
would-
can reference
I don't
any
necessarily want to
of
print all these
them.
at my house anyway, so
No,
I'd
no,
love
no.
to
I'll
send
set
it
something
back
up
figure it
and
out.
put it right in the
I'll
office.
send you like one
Yeah.
version of it, and if you can
Okay.
find a way to work with it, then I'll just work.
Have you heard from
I will let you
pickleball?
know.
They've not heard from pickleball, it's a good point. Why, should I be?
It's gonna appear.
I just throwing it out there, because I saw somebody had a pickleball tournament somewhere. Where was I? No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I saw it watching TV.
Actually, now that I know it, I see it all the time, actually. You see it in everywhere you go.
Well, it's like
It's following you.
when you buy a green car, all of a sudden you see 1,000 of them on the road, you know? They were there before, you just never saw them.
Yep. So I did not. I should probably reach out to them because,
So have you heard from horseshoes and volleyball?
nope. No, we have
Yes,
contracts.
yeah,
Good
horseshoe,
contracts.
oh yeah, horseshoes and volleyball are all set. Volleyball's their usual schedule.
The
Although
Thunderbirds?
Thunderbirds haven't reached out, I have to contact him directly.
Which I saw in the
Yeah, if you-
in the minutes was, last year they only did half a season, huh? That was
They
a week I
did.
wasn't here.
Because they had
Yeah, no,
low
no.
signups.
Yeah.
So, but he
what it is.
wasn't included for the sports meeting and everything like that, but I have not heard anything from
So
him.
let's-
Maybe you can reach out to him individually.
Yeah, I'm
You
going
can
to.
either reach out or if you want me to reach out.
Somebody
Yeah,
should
either
anyway.
Just let me know.
Yeah, but the Ted Williams co-ed volleyball's all set.
Yep, okay.
They're all done. Horseshoes, they were still doing signups, so their contract's not completed, but I have their insurance.
No, that's all right.
The electric's all set. It brings up a good point. Horseshoes is having a couple of tournaments in their season, which is per usual. But one of the dates is July 11th. And when I went to go put
That's
it in,
not gonna be a good day.
right, when I went to go put it in the calendar, that is the proposed date for the car show.
Yep, that's not a good day.
So I did reach out. I told them you may want to reschedule, use your rain date, which is the Sunday, because we're going to have a huge event here. They're asking, is it possible if they can still hold their tournament with the car show here, because they would love for anybody who came to the tournament to go to the car show.
How many people are they expecting? Do you know, I mean, I guess we can reach out there. Are they expecting 50 or 100, or are they expecting?
Yeah, sometimes their tournaments are low, so
Right.
yeah, okay, let me reach out, because I thought that'd be such a fun thing to add on to
I
their.
suppose, yeah.
If it's under 20 people, it doesn't seem like a big
Even
deal.
if it's under 50, it's still gonna be okay. They just gotta be mindful of parking.
Right, and
You
that's what I said, our biggest concern is the parking space, because we're expecting a lot of the public to come, because it's a free event, and
Right.
that'll fill up the parking really fast. So, I'll ask her how many, and we'll go from there.
That reminds me, we've gotta do something, because someone has been driving from down below, either from the edge of the back of the building down to the water, or from there back, and that's driving right over the septic system. So,
Like behind the
yeah,
office?
behind the building, there's tracks, there's, it's like someone's wearing a road. So we've gotta get some trees or something in the way over there.
Big rock.
No,
Put
it's-
some rocks in there.
No, we need to do something. I just, go ahead, I just.
Oh, so that was it.
Rock
I'll
in the
reach out to
ground.
her and ask about how many they were
Yeah.
expecting or estimating, so we can see if everybody can kind of fit nicely,
Yep,
you know, so.
yep.
All
Yeah,
right.
no, I mean, that's a good idea. Hey, the more the merrier. I mean, as long as it's not 500 people, I mean, you know,
Right, and he said it should be a, you know, a pretty moving sort of flow of traffic as the day goes on. But he also needs to come to another meeting so we can touch base on
Yep.
everything that's going on.
absolutely.
Yep.
We're gonna reach out to him too.
Yep.
All right, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay? John Pompar.
John Pond, yeah, I had Mr. Nate down there last week to look at the building there. Unfortunately, it was not good news. He recommends even the front part of the building do not use at all, the big shed there. There's stuff, there's some cardboard that somebody's been in there eating stuff, and I don't think it's human. So it's, the signs of that in there, the roof did not look good, the whole thing, and even underneath where we were storing some of the equipment is black, there's mold. So he recommends, I'm gonna get the town Lakeville folks to get all the stuff out of there, we're just not gonna use it at all. And underneath, we could clean out the store equipment, to get the mold out of there first, so I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna be doing that, so.
Right, the problem with storing equipment down there is it turns to rust.
Right, but there's some stuff in there now, I don't know even who put it in there, so it's some stuff down in there.
Is it?
Maybe we have to clean it out and say, okay, nobody's gonna use it at all, the only thing they have down there is the well pump underneath.
Right.
But there is mold, and they didn't like, the back part of the building is horrendous.
Oh, yeah, no,
You can see right through it, and the front part is not good, so we're not even gonna allow softball to store stuff in there. I don't think they're gonna have a problem with it, I spoke to them in the past, they're gonna try to get their own trailer, bring it in, put it outside the building, those, steel storage things, they might be one of those that.
We just wanted
put
to
stuff in there.
put it as far out of the way as possible, not just dump it in the middle of the parking.
No, beside it, but the building, there's space there, so, anyway, so we're not gonna be using that building, it looks like the day is done on that one there.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Maybe you should try to start getting ideas on what it would cost to demolish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something we have in our budget in the next couple of years, but
Because even the foundation looked like it shifted, and
No, it's a mess.
and it just, so it's gotta come down, what he was saying there, so we'll
Fire
fire
department do a
that.
controlled burn exercise.
Yeah,
They won't go
I
inside it.
don't think they do that much anymore.
yeah,
No,
They did it out here, right?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
house back
Yeah.
I
there, yeah.
remember driving by way a long time ago, and it was like.
When I was on, we did a few. We did the old Tamarack restaurant, we did quite a few.
Nate's also gonna look at putting the power outside of the shed. There's a snack shack full of the lights. Just putting the breaker outside so I don't have to go in the snack shack full of blue ball and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Just like that. He did talk about the portable bathroom unit about putting a line in, a solid line in, a water line.
Water.
They weren't in favor of that because he said it's a portable unit. So I still had some discussion with him. I said, well, it's gonna stay there.
So we'll stay with the hose?
I don't know. I still have discussions with him.
Well, there's no
And see-
reason we can't put a permanent line out to like where it is.
Right, and
And
then
then put a
connect it.
spigot
I
there.
hear you, so that's what we're looking at doing now. I'm gonna meet with him again, and then Franklin just, we even talked about putting it along the driveway, because he's gonna put some stone out there, Franklin, so he'd be able to do that for us. But then we get big show, because they wanna, Freetown Lakeville wants to put in a batting cage and dig some footing, so we're gonna make the water line on the street come down that way and do it there. So I think we're still gonna do it, but it was not just so,
Yeah.
just throw it in there first. And the same thing, we talked about boxing out the electrical, so they don't have to keep bringing the power cord out every time, plugging it in.
You gotta cover that over, right.
We're missing. So we're still looking at that there.
Okay. All
And
right,
then I
good.
said, Franklin said, I gave him a list of stuff that I like to do with the park on the outside, so they got that, they cut some of the brush down, they might try to do that before the season starts on the field on one side. You can't cut it all down in time, I said, maybe they'll get that stuff down in time, give us an extra 20 feet, it'd be nice, so. They're willing to do stuff, and I got Free Lake softball, I'm gonna meet with them, maybe we can lay out the parking lot, put some posts in there before the season starts. We're gonna do that. Jamie and them at ZCE Zenith, I guess.
Zenith, yeah.
They're gonna give us a layout of the parking lot, we'll put it posts like they did out at Clear Pond.
Same guys that did these parking lot.
Yeah, yeah, so that's what we're gonna do.
Rent a post hole digger, same
Yeah.
thing.
We do that, and knock them off maybe on a weekend, and do that.
Yep.
Man.
Yep, like clip on. I mean, you do something as simple as what's over clip on too.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna do, same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
4x4s and the 2x8s on across, that's it, so.
Good.
I'll get them laid out right, because it's a huge, it's not a nice big rectangle, it's a big pie piece, so I laid it out before and paint for
I
the
mean,
last time.
and you can lay it right across that grass too. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole thing is available for parking. It's just,
And that's what I did last, that had the big turn, I used the grass on it, so it worked
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So
absolutely, great,
that's all we got there.
good. The Route 18 fields.
Parking lot needs to be rolled.
Yep.
Got a price from Nelson Excavating, $1,475 for the day. But we can't really do it until it gets cleaned up. So I don't know whether we should start putting Bobby and Linda on pulling that stuff out of there. Or we do have a group coming in on the 21st. You said you were over there, right?
I walked through
Can
there.
you walk on it?
You can. You can absolutely walk
I mean,
on it, but
people
it's.
are not gonna, if they're in there working, they're not gonna twist their ankles.
Well, I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
you could, because it's, it was dumped by whatever, a dozer or backhoe or whatever
Yeah.
dumped it, so it's, it's like this and it's soft, and as I was walking across it, I had to be careful not to twist an ankle.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I wanna have like a church group go in there and work and doing that. We'll have them do something else.
Yeah.
But I don't see the sense in rolling it until we get it cleaned out, right? Or tell me if I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, we can still clean it out after it's been rolled,
Yeah, okay.
but it probably would be best to get it cleaned out before, but that means someone's gonna have to walk through it to clean it up.
Right. Okay.
There was, lots of.
We don't have any employees right now.
Lots of chunks of wood, I know, but, and our employees, as soon as the sun hits the grass, our employees are gonna be
Yeah.
busy out here. But, I mean, there's a
And
lot
over there.
of chunks of wood like this,
Yeah.
that need to be, I
Yeah.
thought we had someone that wanted to go in there and collect it for firewood, but I guess.
I don't know what happened to that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd like to, it's kind of a little early, maybe next meeting we can talk about it, but that should be fertilized over there again. Last time we had a fertilizer, we just had Northeast Hardwood Seed do it, because they had it was $850, it would have cost us $750 for fertilizer.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if you can do it again for that price, maybe you would, it's working.
Yeah. We should
bring that up in the
we
next-
should probably think about getting some signs that says fields closed, because people were gonna
We
just stop.
gotta get a lock on that gate too.
Yep, that's not too bad. We can get a lock on the gate, but,
There's already a chain on it,
yep, but we can get a lock on the gate. That can take 2 minutes.
yeah.
But still, people are gonna see green grass and think it's time to go play. And if we're trying to build the fields, I think we need to get some signs. We need some signs for out here anyhow.
Yeah. We need some no trespassing signs for the Lakeville Haunted House.
Yeah, we do. So if you want, I'll
Yeah.
get some more signs.
Yeah, more signs.
Yeah.
Well, Home Depot, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I actually found a different place that was actually more variety and they were better. They were better signs than the ones that I was looking at Home Depot. And then you gotta order them anyhow. What they have in stock is nothing fantastic. And this other company was selling the aluminum signs for the same price you were getting the plexi plastic ones, so it was a better sign.
Right, that's all I have for Route 18.
Okay, great. Polar plunge.
All right.
Yes.
Joe gave him the tour for putting up the tents. Discovered that we need to clean up a lot of trees that have fallen. Between, I guess they have a parade.
Yeah, I mean, I was there with that Ellie, Gamache, and she brought her tent guys in there, so they're gonna put a, what do they say, like 25 by 80 or 40 by 80 tent on the tennis court, and then another small one for the changing one, so they're gonna use the whole tennis court there. And there's a lot of little brush around on Pioneers, I think we need to go in there and clean it up, it'd be nice. Plus, I guess, what she was saying, there's a parade, I guess, from the parking lot in towards the tennis court, so, right across there, so it would be nice if someone could go in and take some of the, I mean, I'm not talking big old trees, I'm talking a lot of branches that broke off in the wind. I think we need to clean it up. And if we could clean off the sand on the beach maybe, because it's,
The parking lot and, the tennis court and where else?
a pathway from the parking lot towards the tennis courts. They have a parade, they're just all branches and stuff down on the ground. And the sand, it'd be nice if we could run something on the sand to clean it up a little bit. Because you get, dropping some animals in there, plus some old stuff might have been left over, branches and stuff. So it'd be nice if we could clean up the sand. That's just my opinion, but I think we guys need to be cleaned up a little bit.
We do get it, rototilled, but not until we
Right
get
before
sand,
the season.
and it's usually right before the season starts.
Yeah, I don't know if you could use like the bunker rake, the old one, if we could drag it on that was, or something on the field there, I don't know, but it'd be nice if we did that for everybody, because if we maybe
Right.
keep this event
We
in the year.
we probably could, we don't have a trailer.
Neil, do you have the date of the event?
I'm sure we
It's
could
March
ask,
21st.
we could ask the folks from the highway department, maybe get a handle this, or maybe, I think,
I mean, with more and more going on, we probably should think about getting a trailer from Home
True, but I mean,
Depot.
for now, I think-
No, I'm just saying, I'm not saying right now to buy
I just
one.
think it'd be nice, in some stuff, it's just some low hanging branches, we would end up like a little.
Bobby needs
prune,
one hours.
you prune some stuff out
Bobby
of it.
wants ours.
Yeah,
We can get Bobby down there.
yep.
I think you just take a walk on, you'll see stuff.
When's this gonna happen?
March
21st.
21st?
So
It
we
was
need-
so soon.
Okay, like yesterday. Okay.
It's gonna be like 60 there.
Well, I just talked to him today, I gave him stuff to do, like, what you had said about cleaning up out the front of Precinct Street, so,
That shouldn't take long.
no, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
Does he have keys?
And I don't know.
Yeah.
He has keys to clip on?
it's the same green locks.
Oh, okay, so he's all set.
Yeah, I replaced them with the same locks.
Stacked up right
Perfect.
now, but I don't know.
All the places have the same locks.
Maybe if I can, figure out what day he's working, and we can meet him down there, and you can tell him what you want done,
In my opinion, I mean, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you were there with them, so you know
Yeah.
you know where they're planning to put this stuff, so,
That's
you know,
fine.
you say, hey, clear a path through here and,
Yeah.
you know.
And they're gonna need access Friday night to bring set up the tents and stuff. They're gonna bring in not the main gate, the gate
The
path right down
side
to
one,
the
yeah.
front.
Right, because there's a gate right down near the.
Yeah,
Right by
There'll
the
be a
tennis
back there open
courts.
in there. So we can clear some brush, it's kinda low, so we can get a truck in there, don't be too
Yeah,
hot.
because there's a gate there, and there's a gate behind the concession,
Yeah.
and then there's the main gate.
Yeah.
So there's 3 spots for them to get in.
Yeah.
And they're all the same lock.
Right, we put all the green locks on.
And in addition, I got a list from Doug of the things that he talked to Rich LaCamera about. Gave everybody a copy of the list.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's basically getting the selectmen and the highway department to work together with the parks. We have a critical need to enhance the parking lot material.
Quick question, is that first one a Doug request?
This is all from Doug.
Okay.
Yeah. We need to rent a stumper to remove the stumps along the path and the handicap parking. Need to increase the use of family usage and town use to explore the once passed way of town patrons can buy a season pass or pay a daily rate, and out-of-town patrons must buy a family pass, no daily rate. To do this, we talked about, we as in him and Rich, we talked about the town would have to be willing to once again help out by subsidizing the budget with a park department agreeable amount. The thought being $25,000 initially, but after review, a subsidy of $30,000 would be more reasonable. And expanding on this would mean also that we would have to increase the in-town passes from $80 per family. And out-of-town residents would have to come in as a guest on an out-of-town or in-town pass holder and be charged a walk-in fee. The pass holder must be present. And lastly, in the past, the town subsidized all wages, which used to be around $50,000, but we had 2 full-time employees at John Pound Park. So that's all input from Doug to Rich LaCAM.
Well, where did you come up with the $25,000 of 30? That sounds like it came from Rich LaCAM.
Yeah, he said that we talked about this.
So they're willing to do this again? Because we mentioned that, and then when he was here at the meeting, but we didn't hear anything further.
No mention of it was made at the budget meeting.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty budgeted.
And we're not talking about having a just Lakeville residents either, we're talking about.
He's talking about in town. If you're out of town, you have to be.
You have to buy a pass.
It's an interesting.
Can I ask a question? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure was this the way it used to be?
The way it used to be was, the way it was originally was, the only way you could come in, even as a town, you had to have a sticker on your truck, on your vehicle, okay? Number one, that sticker also got you into the dump, when it was a dump. So you had to have that on your car. And they used to have a police officer or an adult as you drove in. So you didn't even get walking, you didn't get unloading your stuff, you didn't get walking up. They stopped you right there and said, excuse me, not only did you have a sticker on your car, but we as kids had stickers on our bikes. Okay? And I'm telling you, because the kids from out of town drive down. So anyhow, so the only way someone from out of town could come in was they had to be in your vehicle. There was no fee, because there was no fee. It was subsidized by the town. Everything was subsidized by the town. Okay? So it was open to Lakeville residents and their guests. But it couldn't be my car behind your car. I had to come in your car. That's how it worked. That's how it was originally, for years and years and years and years.
Is that the proposal now?
That's not what he's talking about. What he's talking about is,
Exactly,
no, what he's talking about is, we still have a in-town seasons pass, an in-town daily pass. And that, I believe what he's saying here is, if you are an out-of-town person, the only way you can come in, there's 2 ways you can come in. And one is that you would have to buy a family pass. And the second would be to come in as a guest of you, but then they would have to pay a daily rate. I believe that's what this is saying.
Makes sense.
Correct?
That's what I understood too.
Yeah, that's how it seems to me.
Yeah, that's the way I understand it. So it would be a change. It would decrease the amount of people. It would decrease the revenue. And as I pointed out, it would not just decrease the gate revenue or the season's pass revenue. It would also decrease the swimming lesson revenue, and it will also decrease the concession stand revenue. I mean, it's going to be straight across the board. If you've got less people there, there's less people spending money, there's going to be less money. I mean, that's all there is to it. And that's where I think you see the comment about 25, but after the review, it's more like 30, or could even be more.
Could save a little on less labor there too.
Well, that was my next comment was, well, then maybe we don't need one maintenance and one lifeguard. I don't know. You know, I mean, we've got to have enough lifeguards to be safe. There's no question about it. We can't cut it to make it unsafe.
Can't
And
cut the light.
I would never do that. And I mean, they don't have a lot of maintenance people. That number's been brought down from prior years also, but,
So
it's possible.
this whole thing is only possible if it's subsidized, correct?
But we can't take another $25,000 or $30,000 hit. We're already.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
So does the budget
It's
meeting
not
tell
the
us
budget.
what's gonna happen? Right. This could have been idea this is gonna be.
I was just trying to get,
No, I know.
a list of the things that, we had heard he was talking to the selectmen, so.
It just seems like the general opinion here, and I've heard it a few times, is they want to see more in-town people go and
Yeah.
less out of town. Which I get, I mean.
I understand.
But can't you do a whole supply and demand thing and just jack up the price out of town and wouldn't that self-balance?
I think that's kind of what they're doing here.
But,
They're trying to do that.
right, I understand.
But don't forget, I mean,
Regardless if we subsidize, we can do whatever we
a lot
want.
of out-of-town people use that park because they don't have pools in their backyards like a lot of Lakeville people do, face it. So you really want to prohibit out-of-towners from using it? It's nice to say no one from out-of-town can use it. People from Lakeville aren't going to start flocking to the place. I just don't see it. They don't. It's nice to say,
People from
keep people going,
out-of-town?
bad things. but
People from out of town or people from in town?
People in town.
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna see an influx of people from Lakeville
That's the worst
going
thing that can
there.
happen is you do this and nobody shows up.
Yeah, I just, once again, there's a lot of people been going there, for years. There's groups that come in here, why? Because it's hot where they are and they want.
As far as the groups, I think the group thing would continue. That's a different thing. We've always had groups from out of town.
Okay.
Companies and.
But during the week, I mean, you'll do a lot of
But you're not gonna be able to have, a birthday party for 20 people. That's just coming in the gate.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a group of, 50 or 75 or 100 people.
I just think we better watch out. It's a nice thing to have in town. If you start doing that, I think you're gonna ruin it. I think it's other ways around. I don't think making it Lakeville only is a good idea.
Right now, it's just a suggestion if we get subsidized.
Right.
Other than that, it's.
Can I ask one question about the solar cell? Why is Doug having a conversation with one of the selectmen and we haven't talked to him at all here?
He did say he was hoping to be here tonight, but
Okay.
he didn't make it.
I'm not sure, but I don't think Dougie went to Rich, did he? Or did Rich go to?
I don't know how they ended up talking.
And last time we spoke, we heard there was complaints about the park, but they haven't come here. The board hasn't heard this, so I was just wondering,
Right.
who's hearing bad things about the park that we don't know? What's going on there? If there's stuff going on we don't know
Somebody
about.
come in once and talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, we've
We
had
did.
one or two.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about the amount of people that have used that park, and to have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4
Exactly.
people come in and complain, I think that's pretty good.
I think the bottom line for me is that it can't be a huge deficit for us. Like, it's just not worth it.
And it is a
It's
deficit.
already a small
It
deficit,
is.
but it can't be a bigger deficit.
Right.
Like, we should be
It's between $5,000 and
We should be
$10,000.
pushing it in a position to make it fiscally neutral, at the very least, if not make money. I'm sure there's ways to do it, but
Yeah.
I agree, cutting probably most of the people who are gonna use this is not a good way to do that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't think that was meant for a decision for us to make here tonight. I think this is a conversation, but before we make any decision on it, we have to get input from town hall. Are they even thinking about it?
Right.
I mean, we know one person has mentioned it, but that doesn't mean, and there was no mention of it at the budget meeting.
It's not a small amount of money. Right.
So,
That's all I got on CPP.
Okay.
okay. Any other old business? I'm sure there is, but I don't have it on me. I haven't had time to look. I haven't had time to think.
Oh, I have one question. Getting back to the Lakeville Haunted House again. Do you have, like, the correspondence that you sent to them? Was it like
with
a
the
certified
date?
letters and stuff like that?
It was an email, which he did respond back to,
Okay,
so it was received.
okay. All right, so I just need to, can you send those to me?
Absolutely.
Because I have to
Legal probably has to see
Let's give
that.
it to legal.
Yeah, because
and they're
we
gonna take
did
the
not
next step.
have a mailing address to send a certified letter to.
Right.
Well, I have a mailing address here on a bill.
Print out the responses, yeah.
Do you mean on the electric bill?
Yep.
Yeah.
It got returned to Middleborough Genie, that's why it's not paid.
Right.
Oh.
So that address will not work.
Also print out the response that he responded back,
Absolutely.
so that they
Yeah.
can see that date in it, that it was,
Yeah, I'll forward you the thread, so you'll get them.
there you go.
Because it was a conversation that went on. But going upon that, you all have a copy of the electric bill for Lakeville Haunted House.
Yeah.
Nate has suggested it get paid because we don't want an open bill with Middleborough Genie. And unfortunately, it's falling on us. It should be paid, and then if anybody takes over the Lakeville Haunted House, as we're talking about, they can reimburse us as such.
Yeah, and if anybody, then we're gonna get a bond. Because we're getting left in the lurch, and look, we have to pay thousands of dollars to clean up the place and pay
Exactly.
electric bills.
And now an
I
overdue
mean,
electric bill and,
You know, I think it's a great idea, but there's a lot of hurdles they're gonna have to jump. A lot
I
of
agree that
hurdles.
we should pay the bill
Yeah.
yeah.
though. Yeah.
All right, I will stamp this for signature for us to pay. Okay.
And this
It was
is
interesting to see a
discussion.
for-profit.
What is the
company
bill
together.
for the, are you looking at the bill?
That was the next one.
Okay, all right.
I didn't know if you wanted to review it with everybody before we stamped it and went forward.
Yeah, this is the bill for when the what do you call it, went through the roof?
The tree.
Yeah,
We're gonna pay for that too.
yeah,
We
well,
were guaranteed that we weren't gonna have to. I said, I thought we were guaranteed we weren't gonna have to.
he was 99% sure that the insurance would cover it. Doesn't matter anyway, because insurance has a $1,000 deductible. That's $535. You want me to see if Nate will pay for that?
He's not gonna pay for it.
Huh?
He's not gonna pay for it.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Put it to the board to pay for it. I guess
What is it?
the tree fell on the corner of
Did
the,
they take the tree down?
no, all he did was they cut the tree and then they put 4 pieces of plywood on it and called it a day.
They patched the, got it.
So why do we have anything different to the roof then? So the building's gonna be.
This building- this
Well,
building paid.
it's okay for the way it is for right now, so.
So that bill's for what?
To put 4 pieces of plywood and cut the tree.
Secured it.
There's an ice and water shield on it too.
A lot of good that does. On a building that you can see down underneath and out to the outside, and I was waiting to get attacked by some varmint.
It had to be done. I mean, you couldn't leave it open.
I'm in opposition to this bill, so that's all right.
Say what?
I said, I'm in opposition to the bill, but that's okay.
This is for this is the haunted house bill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't think we should pay them, we should.
I'm one person. I'm just one person.
What's the, is there a precedent or something like this?
No?
It would only be to not have an open bill with Middleborough Genie.
No, Middleborough Genie stuff. That's not what we're talking
Oh,
about.
the board of service.
He's talking
Oh,
about
that
the
one,
tree.
sorry.
I was talking about Middleborough Genie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He doesn't agree with that
There it is. Got it.
one.
I
don't agree with the other one either.
Tree.
I don't agree with that one either, though. I would've left the tree there.
Right.
Would make for a fun balance beam. Am I standing this one?
I was told that that tree could not be left in there like that with a hole in the roof.
Yeah, I'm sure, it had to be done. It's expensive, but how are we gonna do?
I didn't think it was that expensive at all for what they did. They came over, they had 2 guys that got the thing off the roof. They came down on a Sunday to do it. I mean, they boarded it up, put ice and water shield. I don't know.
Why?
It's a no-brainer then.
And they wrote emergency on the invoice, so that's
Yeah, there you go.
the word emergency alone.
Can we just add this to our subsidized package?
Tree
Is that
down.
just funny?
Those get included in the cost of the haunted house. Whatever cost we spend, these get included.
I can.
This is
I
just
can-
like the dumpster. It's the same concept, right?
Oh, you know what, we didn't get the, you
We haven't
got
received
Again, I'm
anything.
against both of them, but that's just me.
a $1,300 bill for dumpsters.
Three signatures is three
Seen
signatures.
anything.
What do you guys have inside?
Weird.
Don't
I'll
worry,
put
we-
together a spreadsheet with copies of all the invoices of what we've paid, so that way if we
I
can be
also
reimbursed.
have a list
From John.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from John. of
Oh, okay,
all
great.
his time and what he's rented and
Yeah.
paid for.
Give that to me too, and I'll add that in there, perfect.
I have a question though, if we end up owning the stuff in that place,
Yeah.
do you sell it?
Try to recoup our costs.
I
Is it elec- is it
don't
electrical?
think that's
What she
the,
said.
No, you have what do they call it,
that's it.
there's a nicer term for it.
An estate sale.
Haunted yard sale?
I think he's gonna be careful, because, these guys here, since he's got those tools in there, his own stuff, you just gotta be careful there that, I mean, some of the wood stuff doesn't mean anything to anybody, but the tools of someone's.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Leave that stuff with you.
It sounds like there are people interested in buying.
There's a lot of cost.
There's-
They don't
there's-
say. But
there's-
for-profit cap is interesting.
Right.
Yep,
Yeah, if we didn't say AAA.
well, I had to.
No, you did, you have to
Yeah.
write it up front.
That's a huge,
Deal.
Yeah.
huge deal.
These other guys, they said they'd love it and just rebuild it if you want to, build a whole new building. If they want to do that, go ahead. Be kind of nice.
It would all take time. It would never be this year, I don't think, with all the work needing to be done.
And then it's
Maybe.
got
That would
and all
really
that
be
stuff.
tough.
And they'd have to put up all that money, like I know it's free labor,
Yeah.
but it's like, hey, you need to put in
That's a
sprinklers
lot.
now, it's like,
Right?
it's a cost.
I mean, unless it was strictly storage,
Yeah.
Right.
you know, I mean, because that was the whole thing. But, I mean, it's used by, I mean, they have a lunch counter in there, they have, I mean, you know, there's people in there all the time.
Office, there's like a bunch of
Right.
couches that they
Which
sit
wasn't
around in.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
It was
Did you
supposed to be
work, did
strictly
you work
storage.
it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
supposed to be strictly storage, not,
I had a lot of other friends who did, but.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I worked it through the fire department before you know, before, when they were still going through it. We would go through it and then we would have a truck down there and you know, there was three of us on duty plus EMTs. But, you know,
I've been in it, didn't they used this building at one point, did they stay?
they used to come
The
through
old
here.
one.
But they don't do that usually.
Before this got renovated,
Yeah.
they used to come through,
Yeah.
This
You know.
was the waiting area.
right, and they had movies
What
and
do they
stuff.
do now? Is it somewhere else?
You
And the
wait
tents.
outside.
They used the tent. So they didn't have the tent last year either. So there were a lot of
Oh,
things.
yeah, they had a tent.
Did they rent one?
They weren't there last year.
No, I'm saying, they
You-
wouldn't have had the tent last
Yeah,
year.
right, exactly.
You know, that was another issue. They
Yeah.
would not have had the tent.
Yeah.
Any other old business? New business. Town
Alright.
article meetings requested, due by March 9th. Do we have any articles that we need to,
Do we?
I don't think so.
I don't think
Do
so.
we have to request the money from our retained earnings?
I put it on the budget.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think we need it before
I
July
think-
1st, right?
I think if we did it as a,
Afterthought, like we did
we
before?
did it as an afterthought
Yeah.
before, but unless we put it as a separate article and then it carries over, because right now, if it's in our budget and we don't spend it, it just rolls back into retained earnings. Whereas when it was voted at town meeting to set aside so much of our retained earnings, that money never closed out until it was spent. It got carried from year to year, so we didn't have to keep going back to asking for it. So that would be the only difference if we put an article like, you know, but we'd have to have something
Specific.
specific with a concrete amount.
Right.
And I don't think we're ready to do that. I put in for 70 out of our retained earnings. Correspondence,
Yes.
AES,
AES request, yes.
What's that?
Assawamsett Elementary School. They're requesting 3 dates to use the parking lot per their usual. One is Thursday, March 19th from 5:30 to 8:30 in the evening. They're having a curriculum STEM night. So they would like the parents to park here and then they'll shuttle. The
Is
next
there anything
one,
going on?
no,
Okay.
nothing. The next 2 dates are during the day for some little concerts going on at the school.
No conflicts.
April 8th and May 20th, both in the morning, 9:30 to 11:30. They're both,
What days are those?
I think they're both a Wednesday.
Okay. Now, is it-
So just BNI, nothing else.
Right. Because what I've seen the last time they parked over here, which
Yeah.
is fine. I mean, that's a parking lot.
Yeah.
But that's why I was asking, because B&I would be here.
Yeah, I think the last time we told them to park over here because it had been raining that
Yeah,
week.
no,
And we all know of Lake Ted
What was the
Williams.
first date?
March 19th.
Now, we aren't gonna have a middle, we're not gonna be doing the parking lot at the same time, are we?
That's a good question.
Would we be, make sure we aren't doing it?
well, then they just park over here.
Well,
Yeah,
let's be
they
sure
can
that
use this one.
we block it out however they do it, if they're gonna.
I would tell them to park over here anyhow.
Yeah, I
Between,
mean,
that way they're between this parking lot and the other 2 parking lots, and if they're here at night, there's our lights here. If
Right,
they're over there,
exactly.
who knows what you got.
what's going on, yeah. And that'll be more people than the other 2, because that's, the whole school's invited to that one versus the 2 little things during the day.
So you're talking a few
That's
cars.
usually a class.
Yeah.
But if we just have, yeah, I'll just tell them to park down this way.
Does anybody have a problem with it? I don't think we need to vote on it, as long as there's not a problem.
Okay, I will let them know that that is all set.
Do we need to vote on it? I don't think so. No one's got an issue. It's a school, it's
Just
fine.
using the parking lot.
Okay. Town clerk memo?
Yeah, you all have a copy of it. It's about the upcoming elections in April. It's just a reminder that they'll be setting up and the election date. And there was a note about the code being provided at a minimum of 10 days prior.
Yeah, we just took care of that already.
Yeah, so,
We'll issue her a code, that's all.
Yep.
We'll just come up with a code for her. Can you do that? Really? Can you take care of that?
of course.
Not 666.
It's 4 numbers.
It is 4 numbers.
Yeah, so
That was it for correspondence, really.
that was kind of the agreement that we came to, that if it was a 8 o'clock in the morning, that they would come in, you know, like at noontime to set up. And if it's a noontime election like this one, they probably wouldn't come in till later in the afternoon, which you see approximately 4 o'clock.
Which they have to on the Sunday, it's the bike event that weekend.
So they have to wait until they're done.
Yep, and which he said that they're usually done by like 5.
Yeah. Actually, the time was 6 PM for a 12 o'clock election and 1 o'clock for a 8 o'clock election. Those were the times that Lily and I discussed. So that's fine. 4 o'clock's fine. They can get in whenever
Yeah.
Mike's out. Whenever the group is out, they can come
And
in.
I think he even said that they could start in the CW room,
Yeah, whatever works.
that he wouldn't mind.
No, and I think, like Mike said, I think we give her a code of her own, and she's a town employee. I don't see why we can't give them. I have lent her a key to the left side of the building. I told her to hang on to it, so they can get in and out, so they're not looking for that key to get their stuff. That's a non-issue.
Yep.
If we can make this a non-issue, like we did tonight, everything's good.
And it's mainly Teddy. Teddy's
No.
really the one that's in and out,
Yeah.
setting everything up.
Yeah, no,
And
it's fine.
he's all set with
Whatever
that.
works.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Anything else? Any other new business? Any other old business?
I have one extra
Wait a
thing.
minute, I haven't got there yet.
Sorry.
Items from the
Oh,
clerk.
wait, items from the clerk, okay. We did receive a donation from Sun Multisports Events, if you guys remember, that is TriFest.
How much is that?
$500 of a donation to the Park Commission, outside of his usual fee.
Pays for the boarding up of the building.
There you go. Thank you, Sun Multisports. Thank you.
Thank you,
Tracy.
Rich, looking for.
Yeah.
All right, we get one. Yeah, we
You
get-
have it,
No, he did. And the selectmen voted to give us, we get 500 of it? Nice.
Yes.
What was the total?
1,500
Was it 2? Yeah?
to the town. And I guess we're getting 500
That's nice.
of the 1,500. So that can go into the gifts and grants account that is 0.
That's what I did, yep. Yep, I put it right in there, because we already have it.
Yeah, good.
It's in there,
Good.
that's all set.
I got just another thing from old business. I'm not gonna look at Scotty because he knows he's gonna get mad at me.
Don't blame me when we're out here.
AEDs. Now, and the safety-minded people we have, we don't have any defibrillators in our building. Should we have one in this building or two in this building? Because it is a safety thing and someone drops dead, we might want to try to bring it around. Do we have anything in this building for that?
Nope.
Should we?
Yep.
And
I've asked the fire chief to get me the supplies.
okay, but I know that's been asked for a while now, so do we have to rejiggle them again, or what would we?
Well, we have the machines, right?
We have the machines, we don't have the supplies, and we don't have the batteries. He said, don't buy the batteries from anybody, he says, to go down to Interstate and get the batteries. Anywhere. They're between us.
Jeez,
They're smaller than a C.
If I was getting zapped, I don't think I'd want a Ocean Safe job line battery.
What did I say, what did you say? No, Interstate, the battery company in Freetown. That's what I'm talking about real stuff.
I'd be in a way.
They're smaller than a C, but they're bigger, fatter, like a C, but they're smaller. So they're special batteries, and there's like,
Oh, those look good.
and there's like 15 of them in the pack, or 12 of them.
Is it the thing, the pads?
The pads are the supplies, and he gets a discount. So he was gonna order them.
Ah, okay.
So, again, what do we have to do to move this forward? You want me to get a hold of the fire chief and,
Sure.
do this? I mean,
Sure.
well,
Go for it.
I met him once.
The thing is, we don't wanna, and what Danny told me is we don't wanna buy extras, because they have a shelf life. And then, the shelf life
You
might,
just
I'm
wanna
just saying.
supply what you got.
As long as we use them, we don't wait 6 months or a year to get them replaced, right? I mean,
No, I know, but what I'm saying is we don't wanna buy,
no, I hear you.
we don't wanna buy 10 of them and then end up throwing away half of them
Oh, yeah,
because.
but we don't want
that's-
to, you have to use it all.
No, but we have 4, we should get at least 4.
Okay.
The idea is to put one at Clip Pond, John Pond, one outside, and one in here. That was the plan.
And who's gonna pay for those? Is it gonna be donated from the
No, I
fire
think,
department?
We already paid for them.
Subsidized. No, the supplies.
huh?
We already paid for those. We own those, right?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
the
the AED
AED,
machines, we own those.
just supplies.
It's the supplies.
Where are those right now?
We're in the office.
Okay.
We do have them.
Joe's gonna go get them.
There's a nice case.
I'll look at that.
The thing is like
Let's talk about that.
a John
Go
Pond,
practice.
a John Pond, they should probably keep it in the snack stand.
Yeah.
Although, maybe we wanna put it outdoors because you got Blue Ball, and if they're not gonna have access to the snack stand, then maybe we wanna put it in the case.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't want it to disappear,
Yeah. Yeah.
The one in here, I'm not worried about it, we'll still put it in the case, but it'll be here on the wall near the front door, in between all the rooms. That's where Danny said would be the best spot for it. The other suggestion was to put one outside the bathroom, out there. But the problem with that is whoever locks up the bathroom should take it in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it shouldn't be
No, I
outside.
agree with you, yeah.
And Clear Pond, it doesn't need to be outside, it could be at the,
The lifeguard.
well, it could be at the office there, right there where they collect the money.
Or the lifeguard's room.
Wherever.
Yeah.
That's, rather than putting it in a case, I think, something like that is a better situation. But, sure. Chief Michael O'Brien. We can get 4 of them.
He's not looking at you still.
No, he's not.
So,
I requested 4.
all right, I'll stop by and see him.
Okay. Yeah, we can just say, hey, we're getting ready to put them outside, we need those things.
Here you go.
Okay, seasonal application meeting signature?
I did that.
Oh, that is completed. I'll be submitting it nice and early this year.
What?
The seasonal
that's right.
certification.
Yep.
So we'll get that all done. I'm only focusing on Clear Pond Park. We've been denied at Ted Williams every single time. If you want me to try again, I'll repeat the application.
No reason to.
Okay.
No reason to.
Alright, we
So
can
it's
do
not,
that.
it's a waste. And we already went over the conflict with the horse show and the car show.
Yes, we already talked about that.
Anything else? Anything else?
That seems like a lot.
Yeah. Well, the haunted house took up a lot of time that I wasn't anticipating.
That was good information though.
No, it was,
That
no,
was
it
good.
was-
I printed up some of these from the town, set these out,
Oh, you did good.
if you wanna, we can put
Wash your
them around
hands.
here somewhere or something.
So we should probably look into getting disinfectant and having
Sold out.
the room, well, I mean, the town must be able to get something. And having like the room wiped down before an event.
Isn't that what the cleaning crew should do?
Before an event,
Oh, well, I suppose before.
they're not gonna wipe it down with something that's gonna kill this. They're
well-
just cleaning. And
I'll
what they
see
call
what's-
cleaning and what the rest of us call cleaning are two different things.
I'll see what's available on WB Mason in terms of like a disinfectant.
Yeah,
But
maybe-
Jesse's right, hand sanitizers,
Oh,
I know,
we
guys.
should-
You want everything dead, gets.
Hand sanitizer,
Yeah,
what's wrong?
it's sold out everywhere.
You can't,
No, not even on WB
Face
Mason,
masks,
nothing,
Sanitizer, all
gone.
Gone. Yep.
We're gonna dynamite, here's what he's done.
But the town must be able to get
Haven't been
something,
closed lately, so.
some heavy-duty sanitizer that we could have, have Linda and Bobby walk through before an
Oh,
event
to
and after an
disinfect?
event. To disinfect, the bar area,
Right.
the doors, the windowsills,
I
all
don't
the
think they
doors.
have anything
the bathroom.
specific. Each office kind of takes care of their own. So there's probably not something sitting around.
No, I don't mean that, but.
You know what? Could ask Teddy. Teddy would know
Ask Teddy, why?
because he cleans town hall.
Okay, there you go, ask him.
I will touch
Can we
Teddy.
order something,
Whatever they do.
Yeah,
right, but I'm just saying,
I'll see what they got.
You'd be pretty safe with just Lysol wipes.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, then if that's the case, if we can get them, maybe we should get some.
Those are still kind of around,
And
so.
have them wipe down
Yeah,
before and
yeah,
after
those
that.
are okay.
Do what we can do, all the door handles, all the bar area, bathroom, all the doors and the entrances, and then do it again after they leave.
If you want everything really good, just bleach it.
yeah, you make your own hand sanitizer.
Well, they're gonna complain about the smell. We don't want that.
What's that?
People complain about the smell.
That's right, they're complaining about the smell. Okay, is there anything else?
So you want these up around the lodge?
Whatever you want to do with them, I just printed some up. Came from the
9
town.
o'clock.
I would, why don't you just leave them for,
Yeah,
Sam and
I'll let them know.
I'll put them up around.
Motion to adjourn?
Need next.
Oh, next
Next
meeting.
meeting.
All right, next one.
Not on a Thursday, please.
Yeah, seriously. Back to Mondays, guys. That'd be nice.
Today's Thursday.
Oh, we can't do it that way, it's gonna be Tuesday.
How about the 16th?
Good point.
16th?
16.
When we see Monday.
16th to the 23rd.
Sure.
But do we have anything pressing, like positions?
Wow.
Would we get a turnaround that quick?
We might. Well, depends on how things go tomorrow.
Yeah,
16?
try for the 16th?
6:30?
16, still at 6:30, yes? No? 7, maybe? What?
6:30 is fine with me.
Okay.
6:30 works. All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, Tuesday, Monday the 16th?